Yeah, yeah. What up? Yeah. What we doing? Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hating? You already know we locked in. The world's greatest. Broadcasting live and they love it, but don't judge us. Off the block, giving it back. Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hating? You already know we locked in. The world's greatest.
Good evening, and grand rising to all my overseas brothers and sisters and all my in-state melanated brothers and sisters. Welcome to another episode of Bearded Conversation. It's Wild Ass Wednesday, y'all. Y'all know what it is, man. First and foremost, big ups to all my followers, fans, viewers, and subscribers, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and thumb up the video and share, man. Push it, man. We're trying to get to 200 subs for the end of this month. Help your boy out, man. Secondly, pick up to the best moderators in the game, man. We got young boy Maya Bucks, Master Teacher Fox Dot, TLS, Preston McKenzie, aka P-Mac, and my big bro, Professor Remo Williams, bringing up the real for show. And we got them two new moderators, y'all, Coach Ricky and Diablo. And we can't forget about the queens, y'all. We got the First Lady, Miss Gigi Gaming Palace. We got Miss Star Wars Markers LLC. And last but least, we got Miss Craven Carefully. Also, y'all, don't forget to check out Lynn Chicago Pizza, Dan Soul Food and Bakery, Cafe with Grown Folks Play, Urban Lux Cafe, and the House of Health and Wellness, y'all. And when y'all get that, make sure y'all let them know that Bearded Conversation sent y'all. Y'all know what it is. Also, man, hey, man, I don't know if y'all know it, man. We got some black-owned liquor companies out there, man. Hey, Black Eat 1912 and the Bro Brothers, man. Make sure y'all check them out if y'all like bourbon and whiskey for my older guys. You know? Hey, also, man, it's going to be wild. Nah, it ain't going to be that wild, y'all. But y'all know what it is, man. Hey, y'all know what I like to do, man. I like to hit y'all with the re-rocks while I go ahead and get myself together. So, you know what I'm saying, man? I'm going to let y'all enjoy this beautiful theme, you know what I'm saying, without any interruptions. Hit it.
Yeah, we coming off the block with this one. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. What up, man? Yeah. Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hating? You already know we locked in. The world's greatest. Broadcasting live and they love it, but don't judge us. Off the block, giving it back. Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hating? You already know we locked in. The world's greatest. Broadcasting live and they love it, but don't judge us. Come on. Damn. Got it off the block, forming a dynasty from a rock. Laid back in the cut, press play, can't get enough. Yo, let's chop it up in every location. A bearded conversation, opportunity keep knocking like child support payments. Started from the bottom like basements, now we famous. Podcast official, the topic will probably hit you from a distance like a pistol. Subscribe so you can listen to survival of the fittest. We talking it how we living it. Rolling like a dealership, managing several businesses. T-shirts, podcast, no, you don't need a membership. Just follow us on YouTube, Knowledge Supreme Infinite. Chicago got it zipping excited, let's talk about it. Going live, check your notifications so you can holler. Or leave it in the comments, debate it, just being honest. Chicago topics, worldwide views, we supersonic. Big Angus Congress, circle back round like every week. Tell them. Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hating? You already know we locked in. The world's greatest. Broadcasting live and they love it, but don't judge us. Got it off the block, giving it back to hood lovers. Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hating? You already know we locked in. The world's greatest. Broadcasting live and they love it, but don't judge us. Got it off the block.
Big ups to Damon_Dushan. Make sure y'all check that brother out on all music streaming platforms.
Giving it back to hood lovers. Giving it back, off the block, giving it back, got it off the block, giving it back.
Yo. Welcome to another episode of Bearded Conversation. I am your host, Beard Genghis Khan, aka the Khan Man, BKA Mr. BGK, man, formerly known as Khan the Don. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, man? Good evening. Grand rising. Hope everybody's peace. I hope everybody blessed. I hope everybody's doing well. First and foremost, man, y'all know how we like to kick the show off, man. Let's keep everyone in our thoughts, prayers, views, and meditations. Let's keep everyone in our thoughts, prayers, views, and meditations. Let's keep everyone in our thoughts, prayers, views, and meditations. Y'all know the spiel, man. It's a lot going on, man. So we want to keep everybody close to us, man. You know, we want to resonate that energy, that connection. Instead of, build each other up. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a lot going on, man. So yeah, we want to do that with everybody we come in contact with, people we're cordial with, our families, our extended families, and more especially our Bitter Conversation family. You know what I'm saying? Just keep that going. Let's resonate that positiveness, you know what I'm saying, in the world. And let's see if we can, excuse me, hopefully make it trickle down, you know what I'm saying, and reciprocate amongst others. Um, yeah, man, because we're about peace, love, respect, inspiration, and motivation here on Bearded Conversation, man. Those are the five key components of life that I believe that our society is, more especially our ethnic society, culturally and traditionally, should get back to. Love, peace, respect, motivation, inspiration. You know. So yeah, man. So with that being said, let's get right to it. Y'all know how we got to do. Let's do this right. Yeah, man. The thoughts, views, and opinions of Bearded Conversations are the thoughts, views, and opinions of me right now. The thoughts, views, and opinions of Bearded Conversations are the thoughts, views, and opinions of me right now. I don't mean to hurt, harm, or to offend. I don't mean to hurt, harm, or to offend. This video stream is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. This video stream is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only, with the underlying and undertone on entertainment. We don't want you to take any advice given or anything shown on this video stream. Excuse me. Without consulting without consulting the proper professional that suits your specific circumstances or needs. Please do your due diligence. Please do your proper vet. Get your second, third, fourth, and fifth opinion. We don't want you going out here starting no revolts, robbing no banks, telling your boss what he can take, how he can turn it sideways, and where to put it, because you can't get no money out of me. And as you can see, I'm solo dolo in the building today. So yeah, man, with that being said, man, big ups to my co-host L Boogie, big ups to Roscoe P, man, big ups to my Lewin, the co-hosts with the mostest, A Jizzle, AJ, where you at, baby? You know what I'm saying? Hey, big ups to everybody, family out there, all the kids, man, all the brothers, all the sisters, aunties, uncles, grandmas, grandfathers, mothers, fathers. You know what I'm saying? Peace, peace, peace to everybody out there. And man, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that like button for me, man. Hit that like button, share the content.
Like the video, man. Thumb up the video, man. Like the video, man. Thumb up the video, man.
Yeah, man, and share. And all my people, man, that might be tuning in, that might be on Facebook, man. If you're on Facebook, you can jump over on YouTube, man. And y'all can watch me there. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit that like button on Facebook as well. I can see comments from Facebook, so hit that like from Facebook as well. But if you're on Facebook, man, come on over to the channel, man. Hit the YouTube. The link is always in the chat. First and foremost, man, this is an open platform. This is an open forum for ones that want to come in and maybe participate in the action or the chatting or any specific topic that I might be touching on and talking about. Ones is more than welcome to come in. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, and join the video stream. So I will be posting a link periodically in the chat. So ones that want to come in, you can come in. But again, this is an open platform, open forum. I invite ones to come on to promote their music. I invite ones to come on to promote their businesses. If you want to do any type of presentations or any type of information that you want to give to the people, you know what I'm saying, you can hit more in the description. My contact information is there. Because sometimes you might have to screen the information. I might have to put up the proper disclaimers and things of that nature. But if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to come on the show and do that again. It's an open platform, open forum. More than welcome. If you got a topic, like I said, and if you want to discuss, or you want to see us discuss something here on Bearded Conversation, you're more than welcome to either put it in the chat or jump in the link and let me know what's going on. Also, don't forget, man, every Friday, Bearded Studios, Real MCs Talk. We do that show on Fridays where we try to highlight, music artists and other artists around the world and things of that nature. Yo, cuz, what up, cuz, man? You know what I'm saying, man? You should come on Friday, man. Be my guest on the Friday, man. You know what I'm saying? You got, and be in the studio so you can play some of your joints. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so every Friday, man, from 9 9 to 12. We do a little music show. Only go 9 to 12, man, because we be having fun and we be talking. So that's like a 3 hour show. After we get through with the banner. Well, no, I ain't gonna say that, but we make it an extra hour because if we have an in person in studio artist and we interviewing, it might go a little longer. But other than that, man, yeah. So just make sure y'all follow the channel, man. Both channels, man. Ooh, don't forget to check out my other page, man. Bearded Conversation, Real Men Talk After Dark. Make sure y'all go over there and sub up to that channel as well, man. We will be doing things on there. Starting Saturday, we will be doing things on that channel as well. As far as content over there, but that's gonna be a little bit more, so make sure y'all check that out. Also, man, if you want to check out the Bearded Conversation, the Off the Block or the Beard Gang clothing line, man, you could jump on Off the Block. The Instagram is Off the Block _ Beard Gang .apparel on Instagram. That's Off the Block _ Beard Gang .apparel on Instagram. And if you want to purchase any of the merchandise, man, you're more than welcome. Feel free to check out the website www.odb-beardgang. I'm sorry, beardgangappeal.com. Again, that's www.odb-beardgangappeal.com. Go there, check it out, man. We customize, we do custom work. So if you want anything, just hit us up. Let us know what's going on. Hit me in the DMs. I can be reached on my DMs on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And if you want to leave a message here, I answer all messages. We will get back to you. So, what's going on, man? Megatees in the building. Megatees is in the building. What's going on, my boy? How you feel? How you feel, man? Hey, man, if it ain't one thing, it's another, man. Wild ass Wednesday, man. Shit, had to replace the toilet today still and get able to put it down, man. I had to take it up, tear off a new toilet. Good thing was I already had one. I had a brand new toilet to replace the old one. I know y'all ain't want to hear that, but shit be happening, man. It seems like when one shit break down or when something go wrong, it seems like a bunch of shit go wrong. But yeah, man. But yeah, like I say, man, check those 2 shows out, man, here on this channel. Don't forget to go subscribe to the other channel, man. So let's get to it. Hey, so man, Marva Collins, y'all, in the background. Marva Collins. She's not necessarily, y'all know how I like to put up the Chicago background, man. I'm good, brother. I'm good. How you been? Long time no hear from my boy. I know you've been out there working hard. But yeah, so Marva Collins, man, she's not necessarily a Chicago native. But she had a major contribution to Chicago, I guess you can say. I was only really trying to, do Chicago people, but I guess, you know what I'm saying? She had an imprint and an input in the city. So, you know what I'm saying? I guess, it was okay, to put her up there. So now I got to go back and get Oprah. Now I got to go back and get Oprah. So originally I put up there because I thought she was from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? When I first looked up and read the information about her, but she's not. But let me tell you what her contribution was. For ones that don't know about her or haven't heard of her. So her name is Marva Collins. Marva Dolores Collins was an American educator. Collins is best known for creating Westside Preparatory School, a widely acclaimed private elementary in the impoverished Garfield neighborhood of Chicago, Illinois, which opened in 1975. So that's basically what she did. She graduated from Clark, Atlanta. She graduated from Clark College, now known as Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta, Georgia. What else did she do? She taught school for 2 years in Alabama, then moved to Chicago in 1959, where she taught as a full-time substitute teacher in the inner city Chicago public school system for 14 years. So Westside Preparatory School, dismayed at the low levels of learning that she felt some students were experiencing in particular areas, Collins took $25,910 in 2021 dollars. So when she did it back then, that $5,000 was worth $25,000 now. So she took $5,000 of her own money from her own teacher's retirement fund to start a private school on the top floors of the brownstone and West Garfield Park neighborhoods where she lived in 1975. So basically, since she was an educator, I guess I don't know how she got the curriculum or how she was doing whatever she was doing, but they sanctioned. Okay, so it said the school she started was called Westside Preparatory School. Westside Prep became an educational and commercial success. Collins created her low cost private school specifically for the purpose of teaching low income Black children from whom Collins, I'm sorry, I said from, whom Collins felt the Chicago public school system had mislabeled as being learning disabled. Collins said she had the data to prove that her students were teachable and were able to overcome obstacles of learning via her teaching methods, which she said eliminated behavior issues and allowed students to flourish. The one room schoolhouse of her education influenced her methods. At home, her father gave her assignments she believed built her confidence and gave her a sense of responsibility. She felt the time spent with her students was more valuable than the distance than the distance creating audio visual information. Collins and her daughter ran the school for more than 30 years until it closed in 2008 due to the lack of sufficient enrollment and funding, which is crazy because that's again, I always talk about how we need to develop more institutions, and things of that nature. Um, and just like, what's the brother name? Umar Johnson. Y'all, I might not agree all the time with a lot of the things that he do or with a lot of the things that he say and the decisions and the choices that he choose to make. That's that brother's life. That's that brother journey and path that he's taking. But he couldn't speak and spit out more powerful words and spew out more powerful words than institutions. Hey man, big ups to Rap, man. We got Raps in the building, man. Big ups to Rap, man. I appreciate you for coming in. But again, like I say, I don't always agree with what Dr. Umar Johnson got going on. But again, he couldn't spit out or spew out any more powerful words. How we need institutions, how we need hospitals, how we need schools, how we need banking systems, how we need and we can start and I know when we hear institutions and things of that nature, we think of funding, we think of who are the people we gonna get to run this. Are we gonna have adequate or sufficient amount of education by the people who are going to run and teach our children or run these institutions, things like that? That's why I always say we need to cultivate and nurture and groom and discipline our own and have a strong hold on them. And also, again, man, like she did, she started a private institution of a one room, one room institution at the top floor of a brownstone. It's another brother that's on the internet, man. It's called Zion School or Zayek School. The brother named Q Butter. I think he do it in a brownstone out of New York or wherever the brother from. I don't necessarily come on and promote it or participate and big up in that brother school. Now, don't get me wrong, the ideology and the philosophy of that brother school is dope, and I believe we all should support it once we know that that's the thing that he's really doing and he's true to heart and he's really trying to get the school off the ground. Just like with Dr. Umar Johnson, if these brothers out here really supporting and they really trying to build institutions, that's what we need to be part of. But she did it, so why can't we? But again, I wanted to really talk about the lack of funding because that's crazy, man. Ain't no way in the hell that us as a people, he said, do you know Shadow Master MC? Shadow Master MC? No, brother, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't know Shadow Master MC. You know what? So maybe if I seen the brother or heard some of his work, but no, man, I don't know Shadow Master MC. See, bro, you man, I know you heavy in the hip hop game, you know what I'm saying? But and if these brothers is from Chicago, man, I feel bad if I don't know them. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get in tune and look up 'em, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you dropped the name in the chat. So I'm gonna look it up and make sure my partner might know, you know what I'm saying, about Shadow Master. But yeah, man, we need to figure this thing out, man, because we should have been able to support this young lady and her daughter. Well, she's not a young lady anymore, but we should have been able to support this woman and her daughter for trying to keep that school open, man. She developed a curriculum and a program to help underdeveloped children who might not learn the same as others, and everybody out here. He said he's on my he here in my lab right now, and he knows some things political. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. Yeah, my lad. Yeah, man, I got to get up with you too on rap, man. I see you got a nice little setup over there, man. I see the last episode with drunk uncle guy you had on there, Bangs. Yeah, I watched it, man. It was a dope podcast. It was a dope show. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So she built this private school, but again, man, ain't no way in the heck, bro. We shouldn't have been able to support that, man. As much money as we spend here in this city, as much money as we f off here in Chicago, man, we should have been able to support this woman. But yeah, we need to get in tune with that. So when we come up with things like this, man, which was a great idea, we need to man, like I say, all man, like listen, I can't say this shit enough, y'all. All the money that we go out here and spend on our habits, you know what I'm saying? All this money that we go out here and spend on the club. And don't get me wrong, man. I ain't saying stop doing what you're doing, man. You want to have fun. You want to participate in other things. You want to be able to live your life. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? And I'm with that as well. But things like this, when it comes to things like this, when statistically or just culturally or just observing the after effect or just observing the here and now of our progressiveness, and to see that it's not progressing, for us to not want to put our money or our finances or our hustle into trying to figure out a way to create finances to better educate ourselves is fucking ridiculous. But again, this is the world we live in. And then back then, so let's read about this media coverage, because I believe it should have been media coverage. And the only reason I'm doing this with y'all, because I never heard of this woman, and she got a whole private school on the west side. And again, I thought she was originally from Chicago when I read the information, but she made a major contribution to the city. So that's why I decided to put her up. So it says Collins became well known due to a 1981 TV movie based life work entitled The Marva Collins Story. I might have seen that, starring Cicely Tyson and Morgan Freeman. I think I did see that movie, and I didn't know that movie was based out of here. She appeared on a feature news article on CBS 60 Minutes. Cicely Tyson, who played Collins in the TV movie, said she spent time with Collins, researched the role. The 60 Minutes feature was inspired by a 1970 article written by Chicago Sun-Times reporter Zayn Smith about Collins and West Side Prep. So even with that media press, she was able to keep the school open for a while, but again, our people didn't want to assist. But hey, man, we got a guest in the building. What's going on? A brother, Rap, how you feel tonight, brother? And guess how you feel tonight, brother guess. That's let me see, what's the Shadow Master, right? Hold on, bro. I can't. Hold on. Let me do this. Man, I be having a lot of things going on. Hold on, brother. Hold on. Let me, bam. Okay, there we go. Ooh. Yeah, I be having a lot going on, man, with my system. What's going on? I can't hear you, brother. I hate when that happens, man. I be having so much hooked up. I still can't hear you, brother.
You got us. You got
There
us
we go.
now, though, right?
There we go. There you go.
So I saw that you were live, and as we were sitting back listening to you talk, Marva Collins, he happens to say, "Oh, she used to come to my house."
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Back in the day. My grandmother was she was into the political thing. She did a lot of stuff in the community. So if she decided to tell people don't vote for this brother, or don't vote for this sister, you had a big community that would listen to her. So a lot of them, when they were doing their little campaigning, they would have to come and see my grandmother and make an impression on her, because he held the opinion of a lot of people on the west side of Chicago.
Oh, that's dope, bro.
Marva was one of those people that came through a few different times, and she was like family, so to speak, whenever she came through, and it was a beautiful thing. I was a young kid at that time. I don't mind you talking about it, brother. I encourage and I employ that. Again, when I looked her up, and I really didn't know that much about her or know who she was, and it kind of shocked me because she had a whole school on the west side of Chicago. So that's why I decided to
highlighter, so, we're a Chicago-based podcast, just like Unwrapped. So I try to, highlight the city and, you know, um, put architecture up in the background, put the artwork that's around the city up in the background. And I try to highlight prominent people that are born in Chicago. A lot of people might see my background and be like, man, why he got all that up there? But I try to put, either it's a Chicago team or either it's a person that was born in Chicago that's doing things. I try to, uplift the city of Chicago, you know what I'm saying? To whereas, because a lot of people say it's nothing but the violence, it's nothing but because it's not, that it's, I try to tell people our city is big, but our communities overlap. And a lot of times when our communities overlap, I try to explain to people that, in more rural areas like country, when violence happens there, they have to really travel to get to the person that they want to get to. By our communities overlapping, we like 2 to 3 blocks away, from each other. So yeah, so I just wanted to highlight her because, and then I'm tired of hearing about, not that I'm tired, brother, but they try to brainwash us with the Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X's, the Rosa Parks, the Frederick Douglasses. We don't know about the Marva Collins. Well, we don't know about the coaches in the community that still, take the time out to deal with their kids. They don't highlight brothers.
But even with like Malcolm X and Marvin and everybody else, they only want to broadcast certain speeches and only certain sections. There's a lot of different things that they were talking about that had nothing to do with sitting down and getting jacked up at a lunch table. There were conversations about generational wealth, how to stick with each other and have our money flow throughout our community 4 and 5 and 6 times over before it leaves that area. There were conversations about all black banks back then.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Pieces, were being cut out of what they wanted to show everybody.
I'm surprised a lot of more people didn't get on Big Mike when he came out with the black banking. A lot of us we jumped on it, but then we fell back. I don't know what it is about us not trusting each other. But like you said, I love that, man, that everybody had to come to your grandmother.
Yeah. We've been conditioned to basically look at each other side-eyed.
Yeah.
It's a conditioning thing.
Willie Lynch letters, that's the answer right there.
Well, yeah, I read the Willie Lynch letter. But so for me, don't get now for modern times, let me ask y'all a question about this. So now I get it. I understand the psychology of it. Just like I understand just like people when people talk about the music business, and I had a show one with a younger guy, and he was talking about 360 deals and how it's insane and it's illegal, and they still push it and people still sign into it. But that's a way to control, because because during that time when independence was trying to come out, if you didn't have distribution or if you didn't have no way to push your music, you'd had to sign this 360, because guess what? They controlled all that, and they was going to, oh man, everybody's going to see you. You're going to make this, and then you not knowing how to read these words, not necessarily saying you don't know how to read, but then they got these certain words, and you just, okay, well, it sounds like it's going to be good for me, and now you got your signature down, and now you effed out everything, not knowing that signing bonus was all you was going to make, because now they got to recoup from you.
Exactly. But that's the industry and the business that it is. And that's a scare tactic.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if you really wanted to do it and be in control of what it is that you're putting out there in your artwork, you didn't need the industry. You needed patience and you needed drive. You needed consistency, patience, and drive.
Yeah, see, but like you said, that's psychological. They got us so psychologically brainwashed, bro, to the point where we think we need them to develop, where we think we need them to be in a space or a place where without them we can't grow, so we have to have them. So it's kind of hard. But my question to you guys, because I know you guys are, well, older than me. I'm an older gentleman as well, but I know you guys might be a little bit more experienced than me. I'll say it that way.
Wait, you don't be careful, man. Don't who's older than who? Doing what with the what?
Hey, listen, I just got a lot of gray hair, man. I'm a young guy with a lot of gray hair.
How come that can't be the case over here? I might have had all this gray hair since I was like 16.
That's why. But didn't I change it? I said experience. I changed it, brother. Unwrap. I was with you earlier, Unwrap. I know how you get at. That's why I said. That's why I changed it up.
I'm not even gonna lie. I co-wrote the 10 Commandments. I'm old.
Yeah, so I'm in my early. I'm in my early 20s. Wink, wink. I
ain't been drinking that much now.
I'm in my early 20s, but now when you guys mentioned the Willie Lynch letter and things of that nature, let me ask you guys a question. So, psychologically, I get that because I try to describe that with a lot of people as well. Like when we talk about the conditions that we in, I say, well, psychologically, y'all know we messed up. Y'all know it's going to take time. So, and when I say time, I feel that it's going to take at least a couple of generations to get that what they put in us about our heads. You know what I'm saying? Because we still up under their control. We still have no type of we don't have a foundation or infrastructure of our own. It don't have to be big economy wise, but something small where we reproduce and we control the stores inside of our community. Now, with that being said,
small though? Why does that have to be small though?
I'm not saying that it can't be big, but I'm just saying for a start, because hell, anytime we start anything, due to that psychological, due to them psychological handcuffs that they have on us, we always find a way to mess it up. So, but now what I'm saying is, with today's resources, with the internet and the things that we know, even like how us three up here, like, okay, well, we know it's a psychological issue. We know it's a mental trauma issue. We know it's about trauma bonding and the things that they can engineer and tap in and tie us to. Why can't, because I know I can break this cycle. And the people that I keep around me, I encourage, I employ, and I know they can break the cycle.
Okay, but
why do you think us as a whole can't decide to break this down?
I'm going to break this shit down for you real easy. If like I whenever somebody brings up the topic of slavery or anything like that, one of the first things I ask them, have you heard of the Willie Lynch letters? And you would be surprised, baffled, and a person could probably knock you over with a feather when you ask people and you think that they would know, and they don't have a clue, nor do they have a clue or any type of understanding of the diaspora of Africa, where the slave trade went. They don't have a clue. And then if you take that with no education or anything, even in this day and age, because even like people that moved from the South, they took a lot of the sensibilities and things that were taught to them generation upon generation upon generation to the North, to the West, to the East. And these people are sitting in the homes, and they never like the granny that never really went nowhere, whatever, and told you to do this and do that. And if you I remember somebody had told me, was a girl that told me that her granny told her when she was on her period to soak in Epsom salt. And I was like, I had never heard anything like that in my life.
I've heard that.
Have you?
That's straight from
I ain't never heard that.
Yeah, that's straight. Well, I'm Puerto Rican and Mexican, but when I walk outside, I get considered black, and I'm not stupid. I understand where the slave trade went through the Caribbean, and I know what I look like, and I know what people look at me like when I walk outside my house. And so I have a different understanding. Plus, I was just talking and just told him, I was like, I went down this rabbit hole some years ago, and for 2 years of understanding the slave trade and shit, and was put on, the Willie Lynch letters, Jim Crow, redlining, all of that type of shit. But if all of these things have been put in to play, even the ones that that motherfuckers, excuse my language, that people have reconditioned themselves to, all they did was take those very same things that are now that weren't working then, renamed them, and made them law on something else. And so you have the same thing happening again. Redlining now is gentrification. It's the same thing. You don't want to move, they will move your ass out, or they'll offer you enough money to sell your house.
The system is still in effect.
Yeah, it's still in
In
effect.
other words, it hasn't changed in its theory. It hasn't changed in its actions or outcome. The only thing that has changed is how they run the system now. A lot of it.
What do you think Section 8 does?
Right.
A man can't live in a house under Section 8. The father of the kids cannot live in the house.
But everything is working in the cycle because now it's slowly starting to come back where it's right there in front of your face.
Not if you're not paying attention.
It's not hidden anymore. But we are so desensitized by so many different things because we are overloaded with information. The internet, social network, we get a lot of information. And it's real hard to hide the truth now.
Yeah.
But even knowing the truth is so much of that information that it's hard for some people to know how to even start.
Yeah.
Without spinning your wheels in a circle. And that's why I say when you was talking about the dream, the small dreams and get this accomplished, that does work. And I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but my whole theory has always been like Donnie Simpson used to say this on BET, shoot for the moon. Because even if you miss, you're going to always be among the stars. So why not shoot for that big dream? Yeah, there are small things, but your ultimate goal, what is that? And then think about the strategic ways to reach that ultimate goal. Don't just think about that small goal. Reach for something much bigger than what even it is that you think you can accomplish. Still have that as the ultimate goal and reach for that, because if you don't make it, you're going to get to a certain level that's going to exceed that small dream.
Yeah, well, that was my point. When I was saying start small, I didn't mean not keep going, bro. Of course, I always try to encourage people to to do things in steps and to follow the process. From if you got 10 steps, go through step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of times we are start at step 1 and think we can go to step 10. So I'm wholeheartedly in agreement with dreaming bigger and obtaining. I only said that just because of the unity factor that we don't necessarily know how to maintain. So that's why I say, if we start small and we can change our circle that's around us in our community, it'll stretch out and grow. So I wholeheartedly agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Dream big, because even when I started this channel, a lot of people was like, well, every time I talked about nation building or empowering the people, oh, well, they're going to tear it down. Well, yeah, we know they're going to tear it down. We see that throughout history. We know they're going to bomb us. They're going to come but guess what we got to do? We got to still defend.
It's that mentality, bro. It's part of that mentality. So you have way back, you had the house Negro. Then after that, you end up having the brown paper bag test. And now it's not much different when you have, you acting dark skin, you acting real light skin. It's still a separation, and it's still a match in between. That's why you get people that are not trusting, not this. No, he on some light skin ish right now.
Yeah. See, like yesterday on the show, man.
Same shit. It's though, you know what I mean?
Conditioning is still there. We got to change the conditioning.
And like yesterday, I showed something on how to sell to a Negro yesterday. Like I've been hearing it for a while. I'm serious, bro. They had a whole plan.
There's a method to it.
On how to sell to the Negro.
There's a whole
they engineered keeping us in poverty and putting their foot on our neck. So now when it comes time for us to get a little money where we think we have a little money, now we want to buy brand names because we never could have those brand names. So now we think that's what we're supposed to buy because we didn't the plan was ingenious.
Yeah, no, hold on, bro. That goes back even further than that. So the slave owners used to give the slaves their good, well, not their good clothes, but kind of like their trashy, but better than what the slaves had, only to show off when they went to church. So all the different slaves that would go from different
plantations.
So if this plantation's slaves look better than this plantation, so they were compete. The slave owners were competing against each other through their slaves, which in turn made the slaves compete with each other and keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah, it was your first runway.
Yeah,
really.
So after you get years and years and hundreds of years of that, then you get This is what you get. Getting all these brand names, wanting to look the best, wanting to have this, wanting to have that, just to be like, I got these, you don't.
Yeah.
And then we got to also think about just the makeup of us. We are the most forgiving people on this planet. We survivors, but we're also the most caring, loving, and forgiving people on this planet. And
things happen. What else can you be?
You could be a lot of things.
Yeah, but you also understand, where would that get you?
But that's the mentality of us that's bred deep in us, that needs to be exposed more. It needs to be dug up and refurbished. It needs to be excited. It needs to be jump started back into existence.
Right. So when Rap spoke about when he spoke about the different diasporas from the continental from the continent of Africa, you know, a lot of those African diasporas, you know, they're more spiritual, they're more cultural and traditional in the ways that they upbring their children, or how they raise or how they raise their communities with their side of their tribe or their village. So by us being spiritual, I think that's why we're more of a loving people, you know, because we come from nature, we come from things where we don't have, so we have to have each other. That's why I believe we're more of a I don't want to say a docile or a passive group of people, but you know, due to the fact that we didn't live the way others live, you know, when we travel, I spoke about this on my show a couple of days ago. When we traveled to other places, we didn't necessarily travel to pillage, to grape, to take over. We traveled to you know, bring things, to help people, to just explore. You know, when the other group traveled, they traveled to tear up, they traveled to conquer, they traveled to kill, they traveled to pillage. You know what I'm saying? So by us being in separate places and having different vices and different ways of living, that's why I believe we're more accepting to a lot of the things that happen to us. And also, brother, you know, everyone is conditioned. It's just, I believe that since we're a second-rate class citizen and that was brought over here through the transatlantic slave trade, and some people are indigenous to this world.
A lot of us
people of color, yeah. So by us being, they condition everybody, but by us being not the ones on top, that's why they condition us. Because hell, we don't have nothing. You know, we don't have no way to fight back, so we had to fall in line.
Yeah, I mean, we had a way of fighting back.
Oh yeah, but
I think our problem was because of our natural forgiving, loving, and embracing type of way. We allowed the enemy to come in and completely disrupt the harmony that we had going on.
Yeah.
And we keep allowing it because of our nature of being so forgiving and accepting and thinking, okay, now y'all done heard our plight. You see where we coming from. Now we can work on it. But that has never been other people's plan. It has always been, yeah, we're going to keep you quiet, give you a couple of crumbs so you can chill the fuck out. And then we're going to keep going on with business as usual. And another thing, there's not as many people, slaves, that was brought over here.
Oh yeah,
a lot of us was already here. And once, you know, once they came over here and started trying to dictate everything, they found a way to pull race and classify race, because race is something that was made up.
Yeah, it's a social construct. We know we didn't call ourselves black and white, but again, but again, it's a learned behavior as well as a conditioned behavior, because again, the way we speak, you know, we heard it from them, you know, the things, the way we act, our behavior is a learned behavior. Not only is it a conditioned behavior, but I also believe that it's a learned behavior, man. Like, well, we didn't know how to speak English or whatever they spoke over here. Well, even the indigenous people that was over here when they came, they didn't speak English. They spoke whatever they spoke. So if they don't know, if they didn't know anything that we learned over here, we learned it from them. The habits, the gang, or whatever, we learned that wasn't something that we did. You know what I'm saying? So all the things that we do now, those
it's a learned behavior.
Yeah, they would learn behaviors. I try to tell people all the time, if you watch some of these old movies like The Gang in New York, or them old boys clubs that they used to have, and when they used to go, that's a learned behavior. The bad English that they say we speak and that we talk our slang, Guess who we heard talk like that first? We didn't speak that. That wasn't our original tongue. And they kept that on us, and they kept that on us. And then they threw that shit in schools, and they tried to make it a collegiate course. Fucking Ebonics. That was insane.
And
actually,
our spirituality as well.
No, actually, none of that. Ebonics, actually, it's not. I forget, because I when I was going down that fucking rabbit hole, there's actually in linguistics. Yeah. So you have, all the different languages and all the different dialects and shit. So dialects, there is an actual dialect of English, and it's broken into two categories in the United States. And one of the categories is English, which comes from Britain, but then you also have African American English, which is a dialect from English. It's its own dialect. It is constructed from the slaves from way back in the day. That's why when they break it down, it's like when somebody says something like, when you use two words that actually mean the opposite, but the way that it's being said, or they mean the same thing, but the way that it's being said, it means it has multiple meanings. Like he be done did that, or you know what I'm saying, or
I'm finna go to the store. Finna to go,
double negative,
double net, all of these things. But that's an actual. This was before Ebonics, so there's an actual, because it was a slave language, because of the different languages that the slaves understood amongst themselves, and then having to being taught English, not knowing how to say those words or construct the sentences or the words together properly, because of not being able to read, not being able to write. Now they're saying it however they can figure out how to say it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about to, you know what I mean? Or even something like where you say like there's like one saying like I'm about not I'm about to, like about to leave or something. It's like there's certain things where you put some words together. They're not supposed to mean that. But if you say it, especially to an African American person, they automatically know what you mean. You might say that same phrase or word to a white person or anybody else that has never grown up in a black home, and they would not know what you're talking about. But this language has been generations and generations and generations, and now it's actually a part of the American culture and subculture.
But it had to be that way because we forced
it's been forced.
We forced that. In order for them to understand exactly what it is that we were talking about, they had to write down and make a blueprint. But that's also why our slang changes so fast and constantly, because once we know that they're up on it, we got to stop using it.
Yeah, just like with the old Negro spirituals and the songs, how they used to sing in the mint. Exactly. Yeah.
And also, you got to think about this. All of contracts are derived under a Latin language, a dead language that nobody uses anymore, but it's still being used in all contracts, all of them. And it's because there's so many different words that can be misconstrued or misunderstood to the naked eye, to the untrained and unlearned contract reader, that you're going to miss.
Yeah.
And it could be one word that'll throw the whole thing off.
It's written for those who write the laws. All the laws or contracts, they are written for those who write them to not only understand them, but they're the only ones who knows the loopholes.
And the easiest way to fix all of that shit is stop writing it in a Latin form.
In a way. Yeah. Well, my mother's a mortgage broker, and she says this. When white folks come in to sign those contracts, she say whether they're young or whether they old. And I was gonna have my mama come on the show and tell this story because she do real estate. She was like, when white folks come in and read them contracts, she said they put out magnifying glasses. She say they read the whole contract. She say the stuff at the small print that people usually don't read. She say white folks, they come in there with magnifying glass. She say usually when black people come in there, we just sign away. I ain't gonna put out there, but she say she try to make sure she get the white folks.
We looking at numbers. We ain't
Yeah.
looking at words.
Yeah.
And that I'm just happy I got it mentality.
Yeah, she say we never do. She say we sign. She say white folks always, if they don't understand it, she say they pull out that magnifying glass. They look it up, and if they don't know, they ask her. She say when we come in and we sign for mortgages and things of that nature, we just sign. We don't look. We don't read. All we read for is what to sign our name. You know, she said they might take the pen and scroll the paper, but other than that, we just sign. We don't look at nothing else. We just sign. Yeah, so, and a lot of times, well, you know what, and I think it's from what you said, bro. I really do think it's because we don't understand some of these words and we don't take the time out. You know, I tell my children this, you know, I give my son books, well, all my kids. So I tell them this: when you read a book with a piece of paper, a pen, so you can write down words that you don't understand, and also get a dictionary. And get a dictionary. So once you write those words down, look those words up, and then take that word and put it back into that paragraph, and then read them. You know, and I tell them you'll get a better understanding of English, and then you can see how messed up the language is, right?
Yeah.
Now, if the language is confusing, you got to ask yourself, why is it this fucking confused? Like, this don't mean that. Why is it put here like this in this way? You know, so I always try to tell my kids that I encourage adults to do the same thing. When you read and you come to a word, you don't write it down, look it up.
Yes. And not just look up the first definition. Find out the root word. Find out where that comes from and what that word means, because there's going to be a parallel meaning to whatever it is that you're doing. And I used to always tell my kids, just because you can read it and pronounce it don't mean you understand it. Learn the definition of it, learn the root word of it, learn where that word came from and what it's derived from and what that word meant. Because that way you can figure out everything else is going to fall in line once you find out how the word is being used.
Yeah,
and with me being a lyricist, I hated English.
What?
Numbers was my thing. English upset me. There were
you was a wordsmith.
It was too many rules that just didn't make sense to me. I couldn't stand the fucking silent letters. That made no sense.
Yeah.
GH should never look like it sounds like F.
Yeah, PH. Yeah, PH. Yeah,
never look like it sounds like F.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If the letter is silent, take that bitch out.
Yeah.
But all of those rules are Latin derived.
Yeah.
Also a dead language. And if it's dead and nobody's using it anymore, stop using it in your paper form. Stop using it in your contract form, because all you're doing is confusing people. Contracts could be a 1-page sign and do whatever if it was broken down into layman terms.
And I think people hear the word linguistics or linguists and they just, I think they get scared. Because, you know, when we talking about language and looking up language and the root words, and you keep saying Latin, you know, you can go even further back than that, because a lot of the Latin and Greek and Roman, and I know a lot of people don't know Latin is Rome, but it was Roman Catholic, and then it was, you know, it was the regular Rome. So, yeah, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people get, when they hear that, they don't understand that it's two different, you know. But a lot of times if you go back and do the linguistics of it, you can find out that most of these languages come from Wolof languages, Yoruba languages, Igbo languages. You know, that's how really the Latin and the Greek, that's where they got their language from. I mean, then you can go far back as the Medu Netta. It was the Sanskrit. I mean, I'm sorry.
No, you're right.
And cuneiform, like these people, I think they hear these words and we get so scared of the word itself, not knowing that, look, you already do these things. When you're in school and you're looking up words, you're already a linguist, man. That's what the purpose of for this language, but it's the same thing because all our words come from, all the English words. The very first part of the dictionary, when you look it up, it either says medieval, Old English, Latin, here, there. You know what I'm saying? And then once you go there and you find out that it comes from there, then you go look up where their language come from. How did their language originate? And then you trace that back. And again, you know, you can trace it back to a lot of a lot of continental African languages. So
it all comes back to us.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So let me ask you a question. What do you think about religion, brother? As far as having control on our people as well. I'll give you my quick synopsis. I just think we need to get rid of it and do away with it. Only because I think it keeps us stagnant. Just like I try not to use the N-word so much anymore. Because I believe even though we use it as a term of endearment and we try to justify it for being what it was and things of that nature, or we could, it comes from Niger, or it's this, whatever. But that negative connotation that was put on it, and we still using it. I think, me personally, every time I use that word, I consciously think, well, it keeps holding me back from advancing. Even though I don't want to use this word and I have a vocabulary, but me just putting that word out there, that energy of the word NIGGA, it still holds me down and keeps me stagnant, because now I still think I have that type of mentality. So I believe that's the same for religion. That's why I asked, what do you think about religion? I believe we should do away with it and come up with something for us. You know what I'm saying? I think we should start over, man. I don't have no problem with people being Christian, Catholic, Hebrew, Israelite, Protestant, Mormon, whatever you want to be. Even if you want to be Islam. But I still think all that is part of the separation and division. I had a show one day. Yeah, I had a show one day, bro. I say, what should we call ourselves? And what religion should we take on, or should we just do away with everything and start over? Man, you should.
I'm in a big agreement with you on that. And here's my thing: religion to me is a man-made thing.
Yeah,
it has always been about spirituality,
right?
And that has no denomination. Every culture has things that they believe in. And as soon as we started labeling, okay, well, the Baptist is better than this because our God is this, and the Buddhist, this, that, and the other, we're better than it. None of that matters. None of that matters. Because in every book that I've read, the basic understanding, the basic rules, the general understanding of what it was supposed to be about is real simple. You treat people the way you want to fucking be treated. You take care of what's naturally here, and you don't corrupt it with preservatives and bullshit. And you live according to how that land is going to dictate for you to live. It's really not hard. But once you start putting religion and different sectors and different labels on shit and start saying this is the true and this is better than, that's when you start having conflict. It should be an understanding of everybody's beliefs and seeing what it is that they are getting down with. And if it fits with you, it fits with you. If it don't, it don't. No. But you don't persecute, you don't down, and you don't destroy somebody for their own personal beliefs. That's their beliefs. You don't have to agree with it, but you don't have to fuck it up either or mess with it.
Yeah. But they did
have to be a certain understanding about this thing, because we're not all going to agree on it. But we all have to come to some happy agreement.
That's what I say, bro. So I'll try to unite people, not on the premise of unity. I try to get people to come together on the premise of a commonality, of one common goal that we all can focus on.
Common sense. I'm not asking, my grandmother always told me common sense ain't common.
Yeah, that's true. I ain't asking for the Million Man March, but I'm asking for us to focus on one thing that we all need and come together on that focus, not to come together as I wanted to come together as a family and coming together so we can build. But I know with the psychology and the way things is set up right now, like I said, I think it'll take some generations to deprogram and debug the mental bullshit that they done gave us. So that's why I say, man, we can find a common goal, stay focused on that common goal and reach that common goal. That's why I said start off small, because we have to have a foundation for our infrastructure. We have to have a way to defend once we get this infrastructure. And once we create an economy, now we have to defend our infrastructure and defend our economy. And, when we were coming up, well, not when we was coming up, but as a people, when we were coming up and we had those Black Wall Streets and things of that nature, we didn't have anything to protect it. And a lot of people don't know that a lot of the banking system during the Depression, what kept America afloat, and people don't know this, was that Black Wall Street, that small ass town,
Yeah.
It's where banks got their money from, how that war got funded. People don't even know this.
They have no idea. Even when the times where they was talking about the Great Depression, Black people had money.
Mm-hmm.
Because we didn't trust the banks. We weren't allowed to go to the banks. We had to keep our money to ourselves. We saved Cadillac.
Mm-hmm.
Black people saved Cadillac.
Yeah.
It was a form of status. And at that particular point in time, they was losing money. But they realized, hey, we're selling more cars to Black people when there ain't supposed to be no money. We're supposed to be in a depression. It was more of a depression for white folks than it was for us, because white folks didn't allow us to put our money in their banks.
And not only that,
so
the way we was living anyway.
Mattress, we had it in our barrels. We dug and put it in the fucking ground. We had money.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah,
you
man.
know, their stupidity caused us to be in a great position during a time where most of the white people in the country was jumping out of buildings.
Yeah. Hey, Charles the White, man. So so the brother said this. He said the only way he think that we'll come together now in the modern times is if they tried to put us back in slavery. Do you agree with that?
I'm torn with Charleston.
Yeah, no, well, I used to be, but I get it now.
I used to be very torn with him. I'm still torn with him, but I understand him a little bit better.
Yeah.
He says a lot of things that is an attention getter. Now, I don't know if he mean everything that he says, and I ain't trying to figure it out. But that one thing I can kind of agree with. When we as a people all realize that we're not each other's enemy, and we all have a common enemy, because that's where that word comes back in, common. We all have a common enemy. And if I'm beefing with my brother and the bigger beef is over here, at some point in time, we're going to have to realize that we're fighting each other for no fucking reason at all.
Yeah.
And that's the part that it's depressing to know that we have all this information and still ain't been able to realize what we need to do in order to rectify it. And it's a simple answer. Come together on all accords, spiritually, mentally, and monetarily, financially.
Don't forget the physical and physically too, because you gotta
definitely fight. It's gonna come to a point where you might have to get physical.
You got to get physical. You got to fight to keep what you got. Yeah,
you have to, because they're not gonna try to allow us to do it in harmony. But we all have to realize that we have a common enemy that's trying to keep us from what it is that is a right from birth.
Yeah, I believe that's why they created the social construct and did that separation and division that way. I always try to tell people it's gonna come a time like we thinking this is white and black thing, and we want this so-called white and black race war, revolutionary war. But I keep telling people, man, listen, the only way we gonna survive together is to be together. I don't give a hell if it's black, white, yellow, blue, or brown. When the powers that be say they gotta go, or when the powers that be say you gotta move, y'all gotta move. When they say move, and if we don't move together, and you thinking because you white, or you thinking because you black, blue, yellow, or brown that you gonna be spared, you a damn fool. You a fool.
Everybody's got to come to that understanding that it ain't got nothing to do with white, it ain't got nothing to do with black or any other colors in between. It has everything to do with green. It's all about all of this. It has always
been not necessarily the money though, bro. The power is not necessarily the money, it's the power. Because if you can influence people without the money, if you can use this technology to like you said, like we was talking about earlier, get inside of the psyche of people, you don't necessarily need the money, man.
But if
Brainwash.
you here's the thing though, without the money, it's hard to get the power. And if you can get into the psyche of people, you can control their money, which is going to create power for you.
If you look at it like that, but I still think money, the power in the money, I believe the power, it's not in the money. I believe money is a byproduct of the power.
Okay.
You know,
and I kind of see it. I see it your way. I see it your way because it can.
Because even if you don't have any money, that doesn't negate you from not having the power. Because the media would be an influence, and you know, like the certain group control the media, and it was crazy. And see, now it sound kind of crazy because the people that control the media are the people that control the money.
Exactly. So it goes back to what I was saying.
See, but no, because people think that, well, when we say things like that, when we say white folks, people don't understand. And I don't think people really get the fact that when we say white folks, we're not necessarily talking about all white folks as a whole.
Right.
Because even within them, they have their own social constructs as well. You know what I'm saying?
When we saying white folks, we're really specifically talking about the 1%ers.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to see anybody of any other complexion in that area.
Yeah. See, people don't understand. They think, oh, well, you just talk. No, I'm not, brother. Because you know what I'm saying? Because you know the small hats, man. They control the media and they control the banks. You know what I'm saying? The 1% put their money inside of these Jewish banks. It's facts.
Yeah.
And and the money that these white folks was putting inside of these Jewish banks, because people got to know that the Jewish people, they suffered a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? But they came up. See, and that's crazy. They came up out of their Holocaust, but we can't seem to come up out of ours.
And they won't let us forget about their Holocaust
at all.
But they want us to forget about slavery. Come on, that's past. That's so far gone. Yeah, so is all of them cats over there that Germany was fucking with. That was a long time ago too.
Yeah, but see, but with that, bro. Yeah, but with that, bro, you know, the reason I think that is because the separate, man, it's hard. Well, it's not hard to explain. Well, you know, oh man, how I want to put this. Yeah, man, because the plan was so ingenious, the way they developed it, the way they thought about strategically how to, you know, keep us down and separate and bind us with this game, bro. It's just crazy, man.
Diabolical.
It was fucking crazy, man.
And that's the definition of diabolical, right?
And then the money that they put into the systems to keep us subjected to the bullshit is crazy, man.
Because of their own fear and them not knowing us. They are so scared that we're going to flip the script and turn them into slaves. That's their biggest fear, that we're going to flip the script and turn them into what it is they tried to turn us into.
Well, originally they were the slaves. Yeah, originally, but originally though, they were the slaves. You know, a lot of times through our history, you know, we get our history misconstrued. A lot of those immigrants that people think came to America that were immigrants, those Europeans were slaves. But they don't teach it to you like that. And you got to do a little digging and go down a few rabbit holes. But
slaves and outcasts.
Yeah, but to speak to your thing about the reparations and getting the money and things of that nature, but I believe, bro, that's because we have so many different organizations. And I'm not knocking the FBAs. I'm not knocking the indigenous or melanated brothers that want to call themselves American Indians. See, so now we have all these groups, bro. So now you have a group of black folks that's calling themselves American Indians. Then you got the FBA brothers. Then you got the Hebrew Israelite brothers, and they all knocking heads. And like you say, you know, the Jews, they came about a Holocaust, but they still trying to get us to not come about our. But again, because we have so many, the FBAs. Oh, well, we're going to fight for reparations. But then you got the American Indians. Well, I'm not from the transatlantic slave trade, and my peoples were from here. See, they got us fighting against each other, and we joining these groups. these outside groups, and we joining these groups, and we fighting groups that we did not. Groups, one more time, groups that we did not start, groups that we did not put money into. A lot of these things that we join come from these so-called white folks, and we get in these groups and then we go at it with each other. That's why we still in our Holocaust. That's why we'll never receive reparations. They got us so busy fighting with each other because you got to be recognized. Yeah. You know, we gotta have a nation. So if you don't have a nation, how am I going to pay you, or what am I paying it out to? Anytime reparations was given, it was given to the Jewish nation. You know what I'm saying? Or it was given to a nation of people who had an identity. See, by us not being able to identify ourselves, and we have nothing to call ourselves, we're not gonna get shit. And I don't think we should be looking for it. I think we should be taking it. I think we should be creating it. You know what I'm saying? I think we should be developing, and we not. I be trying to encourage a lot of guys to get into the AI, a lot of older guys and a lot of younger guys. Become engineers, become scientists, get into these fields that's taking over now. So when they take over, guess what? We'll be right there in the door. We'll know what's going on. We'll be able to bring that shit back to our people, back to our children. We'll be able to teach them. So now, guess what? Because they took trades out of school. You know, we once upon a time, we was good with our hands. They took that out. But you know, most black folks, you know, we're visual people. We can watch you do something, and then, you know, we can do it just like that. But you know, I'm serious.
We have a certain ability to do that.
Yeah, we can do it with anything.
We've come up with stuff way more advanced than what we've been given credit for.
Overhand instruction, and
and then we get our educated brothers, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, you just doing it the nigga way. I say, man, nigga, what I call it, nigga Jordy or nigga two, whatever I call it. When I call it, I say, man, it's ingenious. I say, guess what? Because I can do the same thing you can do and explain it. I might not be able to explain it like you, but guess what? I can tell you why I did what I did for it to do what I needed to do. Oh, well, you need to go and read books and learn. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that, but because I had a debate about doing it the nigga rig way or doing it the scholastic way, which one is better, or which one would be more efficient.
Now, okay,
depends on which nigga.
I was about to say it depends on the situation too.
Yeah.
Because if you sitting over there on 290 and your shit is fucked up, you got a roll of duct tape and you got a Phillips screwdriver.
You can fix a hole.
That's it. You got duct tape and a fucking, not even a regular ass screwdriver. You got a Phillips screwdriver, flathead. You're going to have to figure out how to nigger rig that shit to at least get back to where you started from. All your technical learning and all of your knowledge of the engine, the exhaust, the starter, every fucking thing serves you no purpose if you don't have the nigger rig equipment.
That's true.
You got to MacGyver that bitch.
Yeah.
MacGyver was nothing but a fucking alley mechanic.
I mean, that's all he was.
Seriously, MacGyver was a fucking west side of Chicago alley mechanic. Because I had a motherfucker get up under my goddamn Ford Bronco Sport and fix that bitch with bubble gum and Gorilla Glue. Ran for about 8 months. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one of my moderators say, he said slavery or an alien invasion will bring us together. Alien invasion. Well, you know what, brother? Hey, I see you laughing, but I think it's other people and shits out there, bro, that we ain't came in contact with.
But that's common sense, though. There's no way in hell that I'm going to sit on this particular planet and think that there are not other planets that's got civilization and other bullshit going on that we got going on right here. How could we be so narcissistic in thinking that we are the only fucking race in this galaxy? That's asinine.
But we think like that. We think like that.
And it's a race of nigga aliens somewhere on Pluto.
That's why I was telling people, man, that's all the fallen angels is, man. Y'all, and I tell people, y'all believe in this Bible story. Y'all believe in God, y'all believe in angels, y'all believe in demons, but you can't believe in aliens. Are y'all serious? What's wrong with people, man?
It don't make sense.
What's wrong?
Common sense should tell you that we're here on this one small ass planet. This is not a big planet.
No, not at
It
all.
is very small in comparison to the majority of the planets that's out there that we've named. What makes you think there's not another living being out there besides us?
Yeah.
Power without money is marketing. There you go. There you go. And that's my question to you. I got a question. Would you rather, let's say we're about to start this revolution off. Okay. Would you rather have all the power that you need to start it off or all the money that you need to start it off?
I would rather have all the power that I need to start it off, because that with the power, by me being influential in stature, I believe it will bring me sponsors, and it will bring me donors, like a cult. People gonna flock to me and give me the money that I need, versus me having the money and not having no power. So now the people that I gain, I'm only gaining them for a reason, or a monetary reason, which is that money. So now I have to think, okay, well, now I got to watch them, versus me already knowing I have this power and I have things in play for people to follow and for people to want to be up under me. I would rather have that power, because again, that power will bring me the money that I need to do whatever else I need, versus already having the money and not being respected and not having loyal people, just being around just because I got the money, and now they taking the money and now my plans and things are not being implemented, versus the respect from the power that I might have. You know what I'm saying? So I would rather have the power.
Okay, then let me ask you this. If you're going to choose power first over the money.
So you said if I'm going to choose power first, what now?
You're going to choose power over money, right? Let me ask you this. How do you feel about people that think if you got money, knowing that everybody has a price, why couldn't you buy that power and still do the same thing?
I mean, well, eventually that money will buy you the power. In essence, of course, that money, because now if we're talking about, well, I'm going to give a scenario for modern times and just my overall understanding. So now in modern times, as we understand the construct and the concept of money, yes, that money will buy you power, and that money can buy you power, and it can buy you loyalty, and it can buy you respect in certain situations and in circumstances. So so if I did have the money, yes, I would try to buy and accumulate that power. But again, me, I believe in astrology. So me being a Leo, me being a lion,
You're a Leo?
Yeah, I'm
What's
a Leo.
your birthday?
So August 21st. So I'm on a cusp. So I'm a Leo / Virgo. But me being
July 27th, I'm a Leo / Cancer.
Yeah. So me being a Leo and me believing in astrology, I believe my power is going to exude anything and can bring anything more than what money can bring. You know what I'm saying? My philosophy and my concept of my power, you know what I'm saying? My power, my godness, my kingness, that power that when you walk, just like when two people walk in the room that's alphas, they knock that energy, you can feel that energy. Guess what? With money, with money, alpha with money and doesn't necessarily have that animalistic, I don't want to say animalistic aggression, but we're going to just say those animalistic aggression and that testicular fortitude. If you don't have that, you can have all the money in the world, and guess what? You can still have that power, but your leading shit, it ain't gonna be what it gonna be if you was powerful without.
There you go.
Because you can stand on your own without that money. That's why
I'm not mad at that. And I had to throw that question out at you because I'm a Leo too, so I understand that. But I had to play devil's advocate.
I love devil's advocate. I do it all the time.
I had to play devil's advocate. And once you told me you was a Leo, I was like, that's okay. I see the comfort zone that I'm in right now. Now I understand it.
Yeah,
it's pride.
Yeah,
it's a pride.
You know,
they
we know say we're narcissistic, and we, but
and we're not.
Yeah. See, but a lot of people don't know most of our world leaders, and I said world universal leaders are Leos.
Yeah, a lot of
people in power. It's Yeah, you know, it's just the way the stars and the planets in the universe, from the spin and the rotation on his axis, from you know, by us being Leos and born in that certain calendar cycle. You know, the air we breathe is different, even though we're the same species as melanated individuals, but the air we breathe is different. When we walk, we exude a different type of energy. Every person has its own energy. That we can even break down and go into science from vibration and nucleons. I mean, I said nucleons, neutrons, protons, and electrons. You know what I'm saying? Each person has its own electromagnetic field around them. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about how you activate that vibration that you resonate. So that's why I say, as a Leo, man, you know, I'm headstrong. You know, I believe that I'm a god. I believe that I'm a king. I believe in the universe. I believe when I come out and I stand in front of the sun, I believe that I'm eating. I can go days without eating. Go stand your ass in the sun. Go meditate.
There you go.
I ain't saying starve yourself. You know what I'm saying?
The same way.
But
I'm walking distance from the lake. I'm right off 69th and Crandon, so I could walk to the lakefront. I go over there on a regular basis just to get the energy from the water and to roar.
Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of that, when we was talking earlier, I wanted to say that too. When he was talking about the linguistics and we be surprised about what people won't know. See, I'm on 79th and well, I'm in the South Shore area. I'm close down the street from you. So I used to work at the South Shore Coach. I used to work at the South Shore Culture Center.
Really?
Yeah.
My daughter used to go there. She used to do ballet over there.
I used to tell people that it used to be a sign on that front gate that said no niggas, no dogs, and no Jews.
It did. It did. It did. I've said that to so many people, and even though they've lived their entire life here, they could not believe me.
Bro, I do you one better. Their entire life here. Do you know? So I was a park attendant, so you know they used to have weddings, and before they put that restaurant in a dining room area, it used to be a dining room, and then you know when you first come in, it's the solarium where they have the weddings, and then off to the right, it's the Paul Robeson Theater, and then you got the mezzanine that's up top. You know, I used to be a park attendant in there when they used to throw the wedding, but I used to tell a lot of people they don't even know, man, that it said no niggas, no dogs, and no Jews. Our people stay right across the street. I'm talking about literally in all directions. Well, away from the lake, because you know the lake is easterly, so you know it's nothing on the backside of. But west of that, north of that, and south of that, right across the street. Do you know? When I was working there, and I started working there back in, I want to say back in 2002 when I was working there, bro. Do you know a lot of people never been inside of there, or they have been inside? They came inside, but they never went into the fucking building.
Yeah.
I'm like, how y'all stayed in this area and ain't never been over? Like, what the fuck? Just because of that sign said no niggas, no dogs, no Jews, we were psychologically traumatized, and we never went inside of that goddamn culture center, bro.
It was like we had those dog collars on our necks. That once you get to a certain distance, you was gonna get shocked. Don't go past here.
Crazy.
That was the mental shackle that we had on our necks.
I'm talking about in the 2000s, though, bro. In the 2000s, black folks were. I mean, now you know now N-words is over there all the time.
Nobody spoke about it. Nobody said anything about it because it was ingrained in us a long time ago. You don't go up in there.
Yeah.
And until somebody actually said, "Hey, motherfucker, it's all right to go up in here now." We wouldn't go up in there.
We'll go up in there or move to certain areas because you know certain areas were all white folks towns in Chicago. Bro, you know the part, but you from here. You know certain places we couldn't move to this day. Do you know bro, I know people that be like, nah, we can't move. What the fuck you mean? You do know his niggas over. I mean, excuse me, you do know his brothers over there now. You know, no, seriously, bro, there ain't white folks over there. We over there now. You can go there. You know, people still believe in certain areas.
Because it's too many of us that don't go off of our square mile.
Nope.
We will not investigate it because we've heard so many horror stories about different neighborhoods and this and that and the other. We don't realize that there's certain areas that we are actually at.
Yeah.
That you don't have to be afraid of. And honestly, everything, Illinois got a lot of sundown spots.
Yeah.
The south side of Chicago, the west side of Chicago, certain spots in the north side of Chicago. There's no sundown. But if you don't get off your own block because of whatever your personal reason is, you're not going to experience that.
Yeah.
And you're not going to believe it because you see somebody on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok saying, hey, this area is actually dope. You ain't never got off your block, so you ain't trusting that.
Yeah, and
you're
you know that's
where you are.
That's crazy, bro. Because you know when you say that, you know how they say if you draw or if you put chickens in a coop and you put the the wire around them for like 30 days and you take the wire out, they won't go past that line. Or like an insect, or if you draw a circle around an insect, he gonna stay inside of that circle.
Condition.
You know, I didn't realize this until right now to this conversation. You know how when brothers used to get their cars, and we used to always wonder why, like, damn, this motherfucker got a car. Why ain't he got a girl or he outside of the neighborhood? All we do is ride around the neighborhood. It's all we do.
Lakeshore Drive.
None of that.
He ain't went north. He ain't went south. He's still stuck.
He circle our block, bro. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
People, man.
That's that fishbowl mentality.
Man, bro. Even to this day, bro, we get our cars, bro. We circle a block. You would think, like just because we've been that fucking conditioned in that way, you would think, man, I got my shit. Fuck it. I want to be rebellious. Let me go somewhere. Man, we ride the block. We don't go nowhere. Like we can't be that damn.
We also know, but we also know driving while black is always in full effect.
Yeah.
Even when you own your own block.
Yeah.
So no, they're not gonna venture downtown. No, they're not gonna go to Schaumburg. No, they're not going to Willowbrook. They're not.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get fucked with seriously out there. You don't have the complexion for the connection, and you're driving something nice.
Yeah, and this crazy too, bro. How about this one? When we go to the suburbs and when we go to certain places, we want to straighten up how we drive. But once we back in our city or what we used to, we drive like how we want to drive.
10, the windows is down, you hanging out the window.
That's crazy, bro.
Because it's a comfort zone. We know we can do certain things in our own hood that's not going to be allowed in other neighborhoods.
So Professor Remo says you can mess up money and make it back. Power, once it's gone forever. No, you can get power back, brother. I believe you can get power back, just like you get money back, brother. You can get power.
Look at your president.
Yeah. He got power and his money back. Shit.
All of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
And another thing, like when y'all was talking about how they just changed the narrative, I was telling people about the 2025 program. I was telling people that 2025 plan, all that is things in the constitutions that will change and amend it to be or to cater, let's say cater to melanated individuals or minorities, so to speak. I said that 2025 plan ain't shit, but those things that they catered, that they use to cater to us, that's their way of taking that shit back, rewording it, and putting it back out there to us so we can think it's something different. But the whole time it was already in play. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
That 2025 plan is all that is in the Constitution.
And legally, once they change it, it will be binding. But there's a lot of laws that wind up going through all different type of changes because the people are saying that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
There's not enough people that's realizing the bullshit that's about to happen. It has to happen first. It is nobody. The only state that is telling you to show me is Missouri.
Well, they kind of horrible too, though, bro.
But that's the problem. The majority of us, we got to be shown the bullshit before we actually believe it. We got to be involved in it. We got to be up in our necks in it before we believe it's bullshit.
Yeah, that's true.
We have to change that mentality amongst ourselves to know that, look, there's bullshit all over the place, but there's a way to rectify it. There's a way to sustain the majority of the hit that you're going to get if You drop the bullshit, actually come together and spend your money with just your people.
Yeah.
Everybody else does it. Yeah. There's a Chinatown. There's a Greek town.
Greek town. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't no nigga town.
Even over here where we at, man, you notice, even though, because I'm by commercial, so I'm gonna burn them. Even over here we at, once you go on commercial, everything over there is Mexican. Everything over there is they stores. They got fucking grocery store. Like, we don't even have a corner store over here.
We got black owned grocery stores. We just
they shut Chatham down. That Chatham ain't up no more over there. I think they closed down.
There's more than that. There's more than that. Chicago alone has a lot of black owned stuff that we just don't have privy to the information on.
Well, I used to be part of a group called the Temple Mercy Association. I don't know if you ever heard of the Sax Preacher.
I have.
Yeah, so they used to come out with a black newspaper, and what we used to do was canvass the streets. You know what I'm saying? We used to get with the Moore brothers, the Muslim brothers, well, I ain't gonna say the Israelite brothers. At that time I was an Israelite, and they thought we was defiling God by working on Saturdays and things of that nature. And just passes. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
But that's the thing. We talk now, we're back into religion. That's got to be gone.
Yeah. So they developed a paper called
religion now. It's about brother, sister, brother, sister. You could be Catholic, Baptist, whatever the fuck.
Whatever.
That shit means absolutely nothing in the struggle that we are all going through, despite whatever religious background you want to roll on. You are in the same boat. You got an oar in your hand. Are you gonna row?
Yeah, they say we was disturbing their service by being out there trying to talk to the brothers. But them Toma brothers, they came up with a paper called Wake Up News, and on the back of that paper, they would highlight all the black businesses that we could find in different communities, and they'll put it in the back of the paper. So when we hand that paper out, not only were all the articles published by brothers and our queens, our sisters, but on the back of that page, man, they made sure that, look, these are black people. Go shop with them. Go here. Have you ever heard of Dr. Webb Evans?
I have.
Yeah, United Progress Association used to be on Cottage Grove, 76 and Cottage. Yeah. So even with that brother, he was before he passed, Dr. Webb Evans. They linked up with him, and we was out there trying to build, a community of brothers and sisters, to put our monies in the pot and to support each and every black business, whether you were part of it or not. That shit went haywire. I mean, it didn't go haywire like that, but once that brother died, Sax Preacher, the brother, he tried to keep it on and keep it alive. A lot of people, man, I don't understand us, bro. That was an ingenious idea that could have helped a lot of us. We gotta also realize, because a lot of the complaints that I hear about just supporting each other is that the prices are too high. The prices are high because they're trying to live, they're trying to eat. If we stuck with them and just them, they would get the money that they need to lower the prices of their shit. But it's got to start somewhere. Well, and then we don't have storage facilities as well with that. That's another reason why our prices are high. We do. And for those that think that you will not have the storage place to get all of your merchandise to be able to push out to the people that you need, that's where this comes back into play. We have to support each other. Yeah. We have to put money in our own pockets. Not Gucci, not Nike, not none of the name brand crap that you gonna get from some China shop that's got kids over there sewing your shit in. Man, we can do that here for us, by us. And FUBU I got an issue with FUBU, but that moniker for us, by us is real. What's the issue with FUBU? If we just stop fucking, no. What's the issue? No, seriously, if we just stop fucking with everybody else that's not us,
you will find all of those black-owned stores prices lowering because they got more traffic, they got more money, and they can get better deals.
Yeah, most definitely.
So what's the issue with FUBU though?
Most definitely.
Well, my issue with FUBU is they stopped. They stopped being for us. They stopped being for us and by us.
Well, I can kind of agree with that.
It started out beautifully. I was all in, but like I said before, everybody got a fucking price.
Yeah. See, like even Maurice Malone,
having a fucking price that they can meet for our integrity, for our money, for our love, consistency, and loyalty. We gotta stop having a price for them.
Yeah, because and I don't think they knew. I don't think they couldn't reinvent, man. I believe if they could have kept up with the times with the clothes, I think they would have still been around. But I think once they gained that celebrity status or that success with the money, I believe they didn't care no more and they went for us by us.
Yeah, because they had a price.
Yeah,
they had a price. They wasn't thinking about, hey, this could be bigger than whatever number that you sitting in front of me. This could be something for my kids and everybody else's kids that's for us, that buy from us. That could have been the moniker that kept that whole energy going. But once the man came and said, hey, I'll give you this,
that's not how it happened.
If you let me get that, then
I literally just watched a documentary on them.
What's the documentary? What does it say?
It's about,
what's the name of the documentary?
I don't recall, but it's on YouTube. And actually they go really in depth talking about what happened with FUBU and all the different things. They still own a good portion of FUBU. They don't own it outright anymore. But what it is they had no, you're wrong. You're still wrong. Okay, man, let me get it out. What had happened is that they had overbought. So they ended up having all of these warehouses. So like their projected sales and all this other shit, because they at one point they were worth like $100 and something million, and so they overbought everything, and then something happened and they got stuck with all this shit, and then their spending habits again, like they were spending crazy, and they were forced into. But that could have been, another hand in it that was like forcing them. So they had to force. They were forced to sell like half of the company in order to get shit right. Because what they did was that they tried to, they also tried to get cheaper manufacturing, which led to some of their problems. They're actually in the process right now of buying FUBU 100% back.
What were they spending their money on?
They were young, nigga. They were like 20s, in their 20s, and they were worth hundreds of millions of dollars. They were doing things that even at my age, like I was doing in my 20s, I had so much money at the time. Like, and I didn't understand. I didn't have financial literacy. I didn't understand money like I understand it now. And so, like, to me, if the money was there, it was there. It was like, okay, I'll get it back. You know what I mean? There was no.
But the Damon guy. So let me ask you this: so the Damon guy that's on Shark Tank, with all his financial prowess,
right?
Where was he then?
He was there, but he was doing the same shit. They were all doing the same shit. Like they were talking when on Drink Champs. They go talk about all of that, how they were like spending money, like just taking jets everywhere and buying shit.
But that's my thing. They had a price.
Well,
they thought they thought whoever it was that was spending money frivolously, they thought they had reached that mark.
No, it wasn't just that.
I'm not saying it was just that, but that was a big part of it.
It wasn't that big, but also with them figuring their projected sales and then overbuying. Now they have warehouses and warehouses and warehouses full of shit.
That they got to sell that they couldn't put out.
A good friend of mine worked for, he was a creative designer for Rock Nation, Billionaire Boys Club, and Ice Cream, all of that shit. And he deals, or used to deal with all of these manufacturers and shit, right? And when you get into like, one of the things they talked about, like, so they had to do like a big dump of all of this merchandise and shit. So they went into a contract with like Rainbow and all these other places. And like my guy said, when you go into those like Burlington Coat Factory or whatever, That's like the
death. That's a dead pool.
That's the death of your brand, because it's like the death of the brand. It doesn't matter if it ends up in Kmart, or no matter how much money Kmart, or what do they call it, Big Lots now, no matter how much money they give you or whatever, that is the death of your brand. You know what I'm saying? And so they contended with that. They contended with over buying merchandise, and then their hand being forced because they damn near went into bankruptcy.
So are they still together as a whole? Yeah. So all of them?
100%. Yeah, 100%.
So let me unwrap.
Buying the damn company fully all the way back.
I heard LL said he had a part of FUBU too.
Sell their shares.
Nah, what happened? He did that sneaky shit with Gap, and that's kind of what happened. They were doing good, and then when LL Cool J wore the FUBU hat and then did the freestyle and says "for us, by us,"
yeah,
that exploded the brand. And it took Gap and them, I don't know how long before they figured out, because that commercial ran forever.
They didn't figure it out until it was too late.
Yeah, because they didn't want. I just watched something about that. Yeah,
which was ingenious. But the thing was,
they paid LL some money, but they didn't.
They were supposed to take. They didn't know he was going to do that. They were supposed to take that momentum.
They did. They overdid it. And you know what I'm saying? They were all like, that was more just my business savvy is nowhere near like my 20-year-old business savvy is dog shit compared to where I am now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so
I agree. I can agree.
Decision that just didn't go right.
Yeah, all of that shit just didn't go right. There was a lot like Damon is not the same businessman as he was when he started. When he started, he had a couple sewing machines in his mama's house. And was just, it was an idea that he put together and he did it, and boom, and next thing you know, you're thrust in corporate America, and they run by a whole different set of fucking laws, rules, and everything else.
And you got to figure it out.
We got to factor in our attention spans in the way fashion changes on a regular basis. Fashion can change at the drop of a dime. So over ordering.
So they knew what was going on, and then they ended up being the blueprint for a lot of other young black designers. You know what I mean? And then some made the same mistake that they did, some didn't. Carl and I made some of the same mistakes that they made.
Maurice Malone.
FUBU.
What was it?
Was that color shit?
I was just
cross colors.
Cross color. Yeah, there was quite a few of them that went on their blueprint, but at the same time made the same damn mistakes. You know what I mean? Because the blueprint really only went up to so far, and then it felt like for everybody that FUBU fell off. The whole time these dudes were doing their best to recoup, and get their shit back. You know what I'm saying?
But they sold.
But you know what? I think the same thing happened to.
It was either that or bankruptcy and lose everything. So they sold like 50%, or is it 51% or something? They still own it. They're fighting to buy it all back.
All the way back. Okay.
Yeah. Watch the interview, and there's a documentary on YouTube.
Yeah. So I think so would you say that's the same thing that happened to Jay-Z with his
what's a whole different deal? Because my boy.
What about Sean Combs? What about the Sean John? How did that fall? Because that's not popular no more. It seemed like a lot of, if it's not a mainstream.
The blueprint is once it gets to like $100-200 million, then like everybody has a price. Then they sell it. They'll sell it. So I have a friend that's working on not a website, but a new social media platform. And before the code was even completely written, he was offered $10 million by Google. So if Google sees the value in this at $10 million, right? It's worth something.
It's at least bare minimum 100.
The bare minimum 100. So
I say that about people when they sell their masters. I was just watching something
right now, and it's in beta testing right now. And his whole goal is like, okay, if they come with 150-200 million, I'm selling it, because the only other option is this website. If it works the way it's supposed to work, they're gonna want it, and you can't stop them. If Google's worth, I don't know how many billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars, if you don't sell it to them, They're gonna crush you. His this good friend of mine, his brother works in Silicon Valley and was part of Candy Crush, and he had told him he should have sold it at 10 million because they may come back on some extra shit. But if he doesn't sell it,
here's my thing: they can only crush that shit if we don't.
Bro, you're not understanding.
No, I am.
It don't matter. If you put it out there,
it does matter.
It doesn't.
It does.
Okay, if I'm Google, right?
Mhm.
You're Shadow Master, right? You make a website or social media platform, you put it out there. I tell you I want to buy it. You say no, I crush you.
How?
I buy everything around you. So I buy things that
Yeah, so you can't be able to put your stuff out on nobody's platform.
That's what Facebook did to Instagram. That's what all of these companies do. They will make it to where you cannot survive. And if you try to sue them, they have bigger lawyers and better lawyers. And trust me, even this platform right now, I can tell you, my man spent almost $500,000 on it.
That's
okay. Out of his pocket.
Okay, that's where we go back into the difference between money and power.
What are you talking, bro?
No, we was talking about money and power earlier.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
and we had
have the money, you have the power.
That.
You have the money, you have the power.
And that was my thing. If you got the money, you can buy the power.
Right. But
the power, in my opinion, the power comes with how you can dictate the people and what it is that they're going to be persuaded to flow with.
Right. If we get 1 million people to go on this website, it ain't going to dictate a goddamn thing if Google says, I want it.
That's not true.
Yeah, 1 million people is, dude. You don't know how the internet works. You don't know how.
I do know this. Every empire that was ever established has fallen.
Right. We're not.
Yeah. So like Remo, like one of my moderators, every time there was.
We're not talking about.
No, we're not talking about an empire. We're talking about Amazon. We're talking about a motherfucking empire.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's empire.
And if you want to put it like that, in a business though, the United States is a fucking empire. You know what I'm saying?
The United States is a business. It's not even a country.
Anyway,
okay.
We're talking about.
I agree with that. It is a corporation.
It's a corporation that abides by different rules, different shit. The corporations run the government. What are you talking about? Like money. If my business crumbles, I still have my money.
Here's what I'm talking about.
My business can fall apart, but as long as I don't spend all my goddamn money, my money is still there. It's like Kanye. They tried to crumble his ass. His money is still there. He's still there.
What is he doing with his money?
He's doing his own shit. He's doing whatever he wants. But hey, they stopping him. They're stopping him. I'm not in Kanye's head. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, if I have a bank account, but it's not as big as yours, and you crush my shit, I still have my money though. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I can still go do something else. I can still go plan and regroup or do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what's to stop that same thing from happening and it keep happening and
hey, man,
your dreams?
I mean, that's just how that's
where power comes in over money. If you got the power of the people behind you,
okay,
you're gonna always have access to the money.
Okay, that's not necessarily true.
If
but okay,
you got the power.
I understand what you're saying, but I said that's not necessarily true.
Tell me where it's not necessarily
true.
Because
if the people are divided, what? Talk to me.
But we're not talking about divided people. We're talking about if the people. If you can unify the people, that means you got the power.
You have to unify them first, bro.
If you unify them, you got the power.
Once
you get
the
power,
that's the trick right there. The unification.
What I'm saying? Keywords. You talking semantics now, bro. I'm talking about keyword.
If we're gonna talk about keywords, let's talk about keywords. All the money in the motherfucking world ain't gonna save you once the people go against you.
That's true. Facts. We see that through history.
Let's talk about it.
If people go against me, I just go away. I got enough money to go away.
And you're not gonna still get that motherfucking consistency money flow once you go the fuck away. Unless
now your money gonna run out.
Exactly. Unless you find a way to finagle a whole nother entity without them knowing that it's you. Listen, no, it ain't no fuck out of here. You gotta listen to common sense.
And the common sense tells me I'm not a dumb man. Common sense tells me if I have $100 million, I don't give a fuck. I'm leaving. And that $100 million will last me, bro. It'll last me more than me. That's generational wealth, sir.
Okay. And if you want to be extra technical about it, then yeah, you're gonna have to finance your shit appropriately.
What shit? A house?
Your money. You're gonna have to finance your money appropriately.
Yeah, you got to pay out yourself so it'll last.
Warren Buffett drives a fucking 1985 Buick.
Stop saying shit.
I'm just saying
Warren
he's one of the
Buffett.
richest men in the world. I'm just saying I can take that $100 million, go buy a fucking a Greystone or something, and just sit my ass down. Oh, I care.
And you know what?
A $250,000 Greystone, fix it up in the inside, drive my little 85 Buick, and then anybody
and here's
living
the
my
thing.
life.
And here's
be able to buy anything I want.
Here's the thing.
Go anywhere I want and do whatever I want. Yeah, the people ran me out, but I'm still living with my $100 million.
And here's the thing. You would still be in the motherfucking minority.
Yep. Because how are you going to make that $100 million?
I'm in the minority now. What the hell? What you mean? I'm in the minority my entire fucking life.
You're in the financial minority right now. You're not in the minority.
Boy, have you seen my skin? Have you seen me
Yes,
walk out
I
my front
have.
door?
Yes,
Okay.
I have. And let me ask you this.
I'm in the minority.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How many motherfuckers have you seen that is actually still of a lighter complexion than us? We are not the minority.
Yeah.
And everything they fuck with outside of their own is going to change to us.
Yeah.
You ain't never seen a brother and a sister get together and that baby come out looking completely white.
Well, go to Brazil. Happens all the time.
I've seen light-skinned niggas all over the world.
I didn't ask you that. I said go to Brazil. Happens all the time. One of the only places on the planet.
I've seen light-skinned niggas all over the world.
That two white people can have a black baby.
Well, the only reason that is in Brazil because most of Brazilian, and I don't think that's true because most of Brazilian are melanated individuals. It ain't that many white. Brazil has the most.
Brazil, like she could be blonde hair,
next
and blue
to Africa, Brazil got the most black folks. Period.
Yeah, and that motherfucker gonna have full lips and a big ass Michael Jackson old school nose
because of the DNA. Yeah,
still be white.
Well, yeah, according to well, he kept but yeah,
you get extra technical. Yeah, she's gonna be white, but she gonna have an old 1979 Michael Jackson nose and Jermaine motherfucking lips.
Okay.
That motherfucker ain't white.
Shadow Master, the Caribbeans don't consider themselves Caribbean folks, Shadow Master, they don't consider themselves black folks. The dark
don't make a difference what they consider.
I know, but they don't consider themselves. They got the option to choose to be white as well.
I could identify with a donut.
Yeah, but they listen, but the difference that's true, but the difference is
I can identify with a motherfucking donut. That don't make me a donut.
But see, I understand that just like if puppies are born in a damn, like Malcolm X said, if puppies or kittens is born inside of a damn oven, that don't make them biscuits, they still kittens. But they only do that to us. That's only done to us, like American blacks or American melanated brothers and sisters. We don't have that choice to not identify or to choose to identify with something else. Any other race that looks like us, and I'll say race because a lot of people, Caribbeans, the continental African.
I usually say the complexion for the connection.
Yeah, and them other people. Yeah, so they when they born in other countries, they have that right to identify as a European. Whereas we here in the United States, our melanated brothers, we don't have that. They put that social construct of African American on us. You don't have to. I get it. You don't have to. I understand what you're saying. You don't have to.
If you go somewhere, they'll all say Puerto Rican or Cuban, but it's the class. It's the social class that separates the two because everybody's been taught around the globe: black is bad, white is good.
Good is good. Yeah.
So it's a social separation of class and money.
It's systemic teaching.
Yeah, basically
that's what it is.
Yeah.
The system is trying to stay alive.
Right.
The system is crumbling because they should have never motherfucking invented the internet.
That's true. And if you got 100 million though, but if you got 100 million, man, to get back to that, if you got 100 million and if you can't create generational wealth and if you can't survive off that 100 million, man, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. Don't get me wrong, Shadow Master. I understand what you're saying because we still got to live, we still got to spend, and in order to keep that generational wealth, but what he's saying is, in order to keep that generational wealth coming, what other ways of income are you going to use
I have
that $100 million for?
if I have $100 million, bro, if I have $100 million in the bank, right, just sitting there, what do you think the interest on that $100 million is going to be?
I don't know. What is it?
It's going to be a lot.
Okay. Now
it's going to be a lot.
Okay. And once you
$1 million.
So what about when you start spending though? See, but now once you start spending,
here's my question. Once you're
get
gone,
the goddamn thought out.
Once you're gone and you're not on this motherfucking planet no more, and you still got kids, you still got cousins, you still got family. That's still
I got
fucking
$100 million.
Let me
yeah, I was just hey, I'm with you on rap. I'm just doing the kids. We ain't doing all that third, fourth party.
Your ass is gone. How are you going to distribute all of that generational wealth around and the knowledge to keep it flowing through if you already got a set price?
Write an ebook.
I have a set price of what? What do you mean?
You said 100 million. You good with that?
Okay. Yeah, okay. $100 million. Doesn't
matter. While your lifetime is here, you're good with that. What happens after you're gone?
Well, if I have $100 million, you don't think I'm going to teach whoever I decide to leave it to what to do and how to use that money. However they use it, it ain't going to matter to me. I'm gone.
Are you going to teach them anything about the power behind it? You're going to need both of them. They roll hand in hand.
You don't need it. You really don't. If I got you, because if we're going by what you said, I got the people were against me.
You need power.
No, stop. Because if we're going by what you said, if we're going by what you said, not me, if we're going by what you said, the people got united, and through this, I crumbled. My little empire crumbled, but I was able to get away with my $100 million. The fuck? What do I need power for? I got a gray stone. I got the money sitting.
It's gonna run out eventually. It's gonna run out.
Do you know what the interest rate is on $100 million? Do you know what the interest rate is on a $1 million?
So you honestly think the bank system is gonna stay the same?
I'm asking you a question, sir. Stop.
No, I'm answering your question.
No, was it a question?
Have you heard about BRICS? Brilliant. Have you heard about BRICS?
Oh my God. Okay, so you're not going to.
So you honestly think your money is going to stay that value?
So every time I give you an answer for something, you're gonna turn it back into a question because you can't answer the very first question. You can't answer it.
I've answered it. What question did you ask that I didn't answer?
Okay. What is the answer? Do you know what the interest rate is on $100 million?
No, I don't. That's why I asked you.
Okay, per month. It's enough to live on, bro.
How much is it? Don't tell me it's enough to live on. Tell me the number. You have to look because you asked me a question. No. I answer the question. You think what's the goddamn number, nigga?
You really ain't that slick, but you think
no, it ain't got nothing to do with slick. It's got everything to do with words.
I'm gonna find it for you because I don't know. Okay, I don't know what the interest rate is today. It changes every day, but I will.
Why the fuck would you ask me if I know if you ain't got the answer?
Because I do understand and know that $100 million is the interest rate, even if it's 2.5 or 3%.
Well,
shit ton of money.
It says this. It says there's no standard, no single standard rate, but it says the interest rate on 100 million depends on entirely on where you deposit it. So which banks and who offers certain premiums and rates, and the type of account you choose. A basic savings account might offer a very low interest rate, while investing in a higher risk asset could yield a significantly higher return. But the exact rate will fluctuate based on the market conditions.
Right. Okay. So I was speaking hypothetically, obviously, but at the same damn time, it's somewhere around 2.53%. He's laughing, but I'm trying to give this man some understanding.
I'm laughing because I'm trying to understand, and it's humorous.
Okay, let's just say, if you could look it up, bro. Let's just say it's 3%. 3% of $100 million. You know what that is? It's like $300,000, bro, or some shit. $300,000. That's I could live off that for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, man. What are you talking about?
You could. What about the rest of the motherfucking family and the people around you in your goddamn community? I'm not talking about just Shit for me.
You
I'm
talking
about shit for all of us.
You said what would I do and my family. You didn't say shit about the rest of you motherfuckers. And I'm telling you. Yeah.
Hold the fuck on.
Yeah.
Hold the fuck on.
This dude be trying to play games.
No. Let's get this shit correct. Let's get this shit correct. No, let's get this shit correct. Because we're talking about the community, us as a whole.
Oh, yeah.
You came your monkey ass up in here talking about your own selfish shit.
No. Let me stop.
Well, see, Shadow, he came in. But Shadow, he came in on the end of our conversation, so that's why he ain't get the contextual.
You and your family.
Wrong.
What did you say? Tell me what you said. Correct me.
Wrong.
Correct me, nigga. Correct me.
Nigga. I will tell you. Because what I came in talking about was you said something about FUBU. That turned into the other shit. Then you said all empires must fall down and the people will come and take over and do whatever. And then I said, if that happens and a person has money in the bank, then they will go live somewhere else.
And that's when you start talking about
No,
you ain't say shit. No. Think back, nigga. We can pull the motherfucking shit back.
Can I finish?
You started talking about and not community no more at that point.
Can I finish?
Knock yourself out.
Can I finish?
Knock yourself out.
Because the community that you were talking about,
me,
sir, said that my little empire, air quotes, because I'm saying if I had an empire and the people came against me to crush my empire because all empires must fall down by your words and all of that. Now I'm left by myself because all of that community that you're talking about crumbled my shit.
You started out with the shit by yourself. I can go to a whole nother fucking
because of what you said. Because of what you said,
and still be cool. Because of the community.
Because of what you said, the community is the one that tore down my shit. And all I said was that you can take apart and all of this started because I was talking about a fucking social media platform and Google being able to crush something, and that's how all this shit started, bro. And then you said. And all empires must fall down. And when the people, when the people unite, that my little whatever in the fuck I was talking about would get crushed. Well, of course I'm by myself now. Duh, because the people just crushed my ass. And you said, well, what would you gonna do then? Because you couldn't survive. The fuck I can't. If I have cash, I can survive. And I said, if I was in that situation where the people crushed me, I would go live somewhere quietly, is what I said. And I would live off of that money that I have from the people crushing me.
Okay. Now, you made your point?
I'm just saying.
My
point was excuse me. My point was only made by the things that you were saying.
Okay.
I didn't drag myself and make this about me.
Okay.
I only answered to the things that you put in front of me.
Let me tell you the things I put in front of you, which had nothing to do with personal shit. It had everything to do with community and us as a people.
You can spin it around.
No, nigga, no. I gave you your soapbox.
Go ahead.
I gave you your soapbox. You had a chance to explain. Where you going, nigga? Don't go nowhere, nigga.
Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere, right?
Don't you go no motherfucker where. Sit your ass right the fuck down. Yeah, nigga. No, we're here now. We're here now.
It's them folk kings.
No, we're here now
get rid of them folk kings.
One time, point to me because they need to listen to me. I'm a Leo. They need to pay attention to this shit. Not one fucking time did I ever say individual, me and him have been talking about community. And black people.
Right.
I
didn't come in here talking about that.
Stop. Why you still talking when I got the soapbox? I ain't say shit. I let you finish, didn't I? That's that Aries shit. That's that Cramilton shit right there. Go ahead. Yeah. Now, as I was saying, we were talking about community as a whole.
Yep.
Once you started talking about you losing money.
No, that's not how it happened.
Oh.
You were talking.
Can I finish? Did I interrupt you at all?
Talking about food.
Did I interrupt you at all?
Yeah, you did actually.
I did?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, then let me finish now because I stopped interrupting you at a certain point. So stop interrupting me at this point.
All right, at this point I am.
when I said we were talking about the community and us as black folks, at some point in time, we stopped talking about FUBU, the corporation. And
because we got on Damon and
we started talking about what somebody would do with their 100 million.
That's not how it happened. That's not how it happened. The conversation started
with
FUBU.
Finish?
The conversation started with FUBU because
I finish? I didn't interrupt him. Did I interrupt him?
Well, when you're lying because that's not how it started.
No, I didn't say anything about the lies that you spewed out about what I said. I let you finish your whole soliloquy. Did I not?
I didn't.
Did I not? I let you finish your whole shit with no interruptions. Now let me finish my shit with no interruptions.
Run it.
Now, what I recall as we were talking per 30 fucking minutes ago, I was talking about community shit. I was talking about community wealth. I was talking about organizational wealth as a whole, as a people, not as an individual.
Right.
Once we started talking about how the fuck FUBU did their business, that's when you said you would be able to do whatever it is that you needed to do with 150 million and still be good.
It's not what I said. That's not how that went. It's not how that went.
So, well, all right. So listen. So when we was talking about FUBU, so we talking about FUBU. So when we got off into Damon, so we was talking to community. So when we got off into FUBU, when I asked you what was your disdain with FUBU, he Unwrapped went into watch the documentary and things of that nature. So now we got to talking about it still was communal, but then we separated it and it got personal because we were talking about the bad business decisions that those guys were making. As individuals trying to come back together and piece it back together. So then I asked, well, what about the Jay-Z and the Sean Combs? And then you guys was like, those were different. Then y'all said those were different instances. And then Shadow Master said, okay, well, since those were different instances, how could we as a people with the power, he was trying to
as a people, not as an individual.
As the people with power.
Before that,
no, it wasn't.
Stop, bro.
No, it wasn't.
Before that,
no,
because when we
wasn't.
got into
no, it wasn't.
Okay, whatever. If you say so.
It ain't no whatever. That's bullshit.
Okay,
it wasn't.
Okay,
it wasn't.
Okay, that's your perception.
No,
of what happened.
That's what's reality is.
So when
we can rewind the tape.
Yes, when we talked about FUBU, right? And I started to talk about how their shit fell apart and everything else, and how they were trying to buy it back.
Right.
And I just brought up the fact that a friend of mine,
right, with the app,
with the social media platform that he has, and the money that he was being offered.
And you said Google will crush.
None of that had to do with me. None of it had to do with me until he said
what I say.
I just told you what you said.
What I said.
Because I said that Google would crush them.
Crush. That's how we got here, right?
Right. Yeah, that's how we got here. That Google would crush and do whatever. I said that Google would crush them. You said how? And then you got into the people coming together, and then it got into some other dumb shit. And I was just like,
no, not dumb shit, because I was always talking about community shit.
Okay, but that's not how.
Then you brought in your own personal shit
about
Unwrapped would be able to flip or maintain 150 million on your own. On your own. I wasn't talking about individuals. I was talking about community. You started talking about what you would do. What you would do.
I said that. I understand that.
That's what made it. That's what made it individual. And it stopped being about community.
No, I understand what I said because I fucking said it.
I know you said it.
Okay,
and
so
what you said
when you have
had
all
nothing
the people
to do with what the fuck it is that I was talking about, because I was talking about community shit.
Okay, you're right.
You was talking about personal wealth and gain.
And let's talk about that. Because
that's not what we was talking about. Let's not talk about that. That's not what the fuck we was talking about. And that's the problem.
Talking about
You're trying to lead the conversation to your own topic.
No, I'm not. No, I wasn't.
That's not what we were talking about.
Exactly.
Was that what we were talking about? Was that what we were talking about?
That's my whole point.
What's your point?
If you shut the fuck up, I'll say it.
Motherfucker, I've been shutting up all this goddamn time. You've been a motherfucking interrupting cow.
Right.
Moo. Moo.
So yeah, so it became. I think he's saying. I think he's saying it became individual. I think he said it became an individualistic
There's a
thing.
motherfucking black and white interrupting cow in the goddamn studio.
But I believe, but I believe it became an individualistic thing. He said that because when we said about the people knocking you off or taking your money away from you, and your power away from you, what I do. So that's when it became an individualist thing. When you said, well, because if the people got together against us.
You asked me, what would I do? I only made it about me when you asked me, what would I do?
When
I would take my money when I asked people, when the community crumbled my shit.
Oh my God.
What would I do? Of course, I would fucking leave.
I asked you what you would do in the motherfucking essence of as far as the community. And you started talking about what you would do for you.
You're right. You're right.
That question was posed to the community. No, it ain't got nothing to do with me being right. No, let me explain my shit without being interrupted by the interrupted cow. Move. My question to you was not for what you would do for your own individual shit. It was what you would do for the fucking community, because the whole conversation was about community wealth and gain. Was that not the motherfucking essence of the whole goddamn conversation?
No.
When I brought you into it, it was what you would do with that 150 million for the fucking community, not for you and your individual family.
I'm sorry, but when a motherfucker asks me what would I do after I've been
crushed, then you misunderstood.
And you also said that I wouldn't be able to survive.
You misunderstood.
I wouldn't be able to survive. I wouldn't be able to survive off of my money.
Once again, you misunderstood my question to you.
I didn't misunderstand.
Oh, yeah, you did, because you went to the left when I was going right.
Okay.
That's the difference between a sweep play and a motherfucking dive. I mean, if we're going to break it down in a layman's term, that's what it is. You either got nothing but natural grass in front of you, or you trying to break through the motherfucking front line.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I never made this about me.
Oh my God.
This is ridiculous.
Oh my God. That's the Aries way to make it about them.
No. All I did was we were talking about FUBU beef, and all I asked was, what is your beef with FUBU? And you said that they fucking gave up their company.
Yeah.
And I talked about just the fucking documentary. And then you asked, somebody asked what something about the company Rockaware, and I said,
that was me. Yeah.
So happens that my friend, and he started a company and whatever. And then I said that he was offered from Google, and we're talking about the value of the company, okay? And what Google would do and what Google would pay. That, first of all, that shit didn't have anything. I didn't bring that up because I was trying to get into your guys' conversation about fucking community. It had everything to do with, we're talking about FUBU right now. All right. And then started talking about how Google could crush this man if he didn't sell it. That was my only.
But he was saying, but as a community, and we came together,
right?
And we got.
That's exactly what he said.
So basically, you came in on the ass end of the goddamn conversation, and started talking about personal business and gain that didn't have any fucking.
I didn't talk about
I'm sorry. Am I interrupting? Am I being an interrupting cow right now? Am I being an interrupting cow? Move, nigga. Move. Move. Move.
I see the love, baby. I see the love. Don't get frustrated on rap. Don't get frustrated.
I just don't understand idiocracy. I just don't. Because I never made it about me. He said, if I got crumbled, what would I do? I gave a simple answer. I would take my money because I got crumbled and I wouldn't be able to do shit by his words, not mine. Where would I go and what would I do? I said I could escape. I'll go be by myself. I'll go buy a building and go live humbly. With an 85 fucking Buick is what I said.
The whole premise of that question was not what you were going to do for you and your personal family.
If you want to,
it was about what you were going to do.
And that is the answer I gave you, sir.
The question was simple.
I do.
If you took it to the left, then you took it to the left.
Community.
Now, if you didn't understand the question, I could have explained it better. If you didn't understand the question and the context in which it was asked.
I understood the question, nigga.
No, you didn't, because you went left, nigga.
How?
You couldn't possibly understand the question because I was talking about community and you started talking about personal.
Well, see,
talking about community. You went personal.
When you talk about community, people think
and you went
individuality.
personal. That's how. That's
But when you
how.
talk about community, most of us think individuality anyway. So, you know, I mean,
the whole conversation we was having about what we could do for the community.
But that wasn't
that was our conversation.
Thank you.
When
so the other conversation was completely
on
separate.
the ass end of our conversation.
Yeah, it just combined. It just overlapped.
On the ass end of this conversation, let me try to figure it out
in circles.
I have no reason to
I didn't even
run
say
around
anything.
circles.
I sat here and didn't say anything about what you guys were talking about because that's not what I do. I didn't know what the fuck you guys were talking about, so I kept my mouth shut until you said I have a problem with FUBU. And I was like, oh, what was the problem with FUBU? That's how we got on that FUBU shit.
It was still in the context of what we was talking about.
Community, yeah.
Okay, I get that. But if you want to twist that shit around,
that's not a twist.
I'm talking to him, not you.
Well, I know, but I'm right here in the presence, so I'm going to respond to that.
And
that
say
wasn't
it
a
was
twist.
community. It
That
was the
wasn't
very
a
community
twist.
that you're speaking
that
on.
Was not a twist.
That he thrust me into.
That was not a twist. That was not a twist.
He said, what would you do if your empire was crushed by all of the people?
A twist when you came in on the ass end of the conversation.
Okay, so I didn't know. I wasn't privy to whatever that was. But if you ask me a question about my own individuality, myself, and you form that sentence that way, and I'm still saying before I even said anything, you're talking about I said everybody, like what the fuck? So everybody, the whole community has gathered to crush me. What would you do? Well,
that's not what I said. I didn't say nothing about the whole community coming together to crush you.
No, I didn't say
big corporation. We was talking about community. Every fucking thing that I've been talking about has been community.
Right. And you said you'd get the people together. The people could crush me. The people, if they all came together, and you said me, I was just talking about a fucking website. Like, I didn't have nothing to do with that other shit.
No,
and then and another company buying them out,
go back
making
and
it. And I also
I'm throwing a flag on the play. We're gonna have to go back and rewind. We gotta look at the film. We gotta look at the film.
I don't drink or smoke.
I drink and smoke every motherfucking day, but I am also rational enough to know what the fuck it is that I'm talking about because I'm not gonna say shit that I don't know nothing about.
Even if we look at it your way, I still answer.
We're not gonna look at it my way or your way. We're gonna look at the film. I'm throwing the red flag. I need a replay. I need a replay.
Bet you do.
I'm throwing the red flag.
I bet you do.
Oh,
I would scream replay too.
Don't bet me. Don't bet me. Don't bet me. Don't bet me.
I don't have. I got a computer.
I'm not a gambling motherfucker. I only make bets on shit that I know I'm gonna win. Don't bet me. Don't bet me. Red flag. We're gonna have to pull the film back.
I got it right here. What are you talking about?
We're gonna have to run it back.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure that this podcast is not gonna go for the next 2 to 3 more hours. We're gonna come back to this.
Now let me see. I'm finna try to pull a video up and let me see if
Please pull it up.
Let me see.
Let's pull it up.
Pull it up. Pulling it now, sir.
Pull it up.
Pulling it.
Pull it up there.
Let me see.
Pull it up. That's a red flag. I'm throwing a red flag.
Move yourself, friend.
I ain't gotta move nothing.
I said move. Move yourself.
That is not gonna stop.
Okay, now let me see where was we at. Let's see.
I'll show you right now.
Black folks, I mean, now you know now in words is over there all the time. Let's see.
Even when you own your own
more, bro.
state,
they don't own it outright anymore.
There we go.
What it is they had no, you're wrong. You're still wrong. Okay, man. Let me
go back a little bit. No. Because there's a precursor to all of that shit. Go back a little bit.
Ain't that celebrity status or that success with the money? I believe they didn't care no more and they went for us by us.
Yeah, because they had a price.
Yeah,
they had a price. They wasn't thinking about, hey, this could be bigger than whatever number that you sitting in front of me. This could be something for my kids and everybody else's kids that's for us, that buy from us. That could have been the moniker that kept that whole energy going. But once the man came and said, hey, I'll give you this.
That's not how it happened.
If you let me get that, then yeah.
I literally
You said
just watched a documentary on them.
What's the documentary? What does it say?
It's about,
Yeah, what's the name of the documentary?
I don't recall, but it's on YouTube.
Okay.
And actually they go really in depth talking about what happened with FUBU and all the different things. They still own a good portion of FUBU. They don't own it outright anymore. But what it is they had no, you're wrong. You're still wrong. Okay, man, let me get it out. What had happened is that they had overbought, so they ended up having all of these warehouses. So like their projected sales and all this other shit, because they at one point they were worth like $100 and something million, and so they overbought everything, and then something happened and they got stuck with all this shit, and then their spending happened. You know what I mean? There was no.
But the Damon guy. So let me ask you this: so the Damon guy that's on Shark Tank, with all his financial prowess,
right?
Where was he then?
No, he was there, but he was doing the same shit. They were all doing the same shit. Like they were talking on Drink Champs. They go talk about all of that, how they were like spending money, like just taking jets everywhere and buying shit.
But that's my thing. They had a price.
Well,
they thought they thought whoever it was that was spending money frivolously, they thought they had reached that mark.
No, it wasn't just that.
I'm not saying it was just that, but that was a big part of it.
It wasn't that big, but also with them figuring their projected sales and then overbuying. Now they have warehouses and warehouses and warehouses full of shit.
Shit that they got to sell that they couldn't put out.
A good friend of mine worked for, he was a creative designer for
Here we go.
Rock Nation, Billionaire Boys Club, and Ice Cream, all of that shit. And he deals, or used to deal with all of these manufacturers and shit, right? And when you get into like, one of the things they talked about, like, so they had to do like a big dump of all of this merchandise and shit. So they went into a contract with like Rainbow and all these other places. And like my guy said, when you go into those, like Burlington Coat Factory or whatever, that's like that's a dead pool. That's the death of your brand, because it's like the death of the brand. It doesn't matter if it ends up in Kmart, or no matter how much money Kmart, or what do they call it, Big Lots now, no matter how much money they give you or whatever, that is the death of your brand. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? They were all like,
that was more just
my business savvy is nowhere near like my 20-year-old business savvy is dog shit compared to where I am now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so
I agree. I can agree.
That just didn't go right.
Yeah, all of that shit just didn't go right. There was a lot. Like, Damon is not the same businessman as he was when he started. He had a couple sewing machines in his mama's house, and you know what I'm saying?
But they sold.
Yeah, but you know what? I think the same thing happened to.
It was either that or bankruptcy and lose everything. So they sold like 50%, or is it 51% or something? They still own it. They're fighting to buy it all back. It's like, okay, if they come with 150, 200 million, I'm selling it, because the only other option is this website. If it works the way it's supposed to work, they're gonna want it.
There we go.
Here $1 million, right?
It's
worth something.
It's at least bare minimum 100.
The bare minimum 100. So
I say that about people when they sell their masters. I was just watching something
right now, and it's in beta testing right now. And his whole goal is like, okay, if they come with 150, 200 million, I'm selling it, because the only other option is this website. If it works the way it's supposed to work, they're gonna want it, and you can't stop them. If Google's worth, I don't know how many billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars, if you don't sell it to them, they're gonna crush you. His this good friend of mine, his brother works in Silicon Valley and was part of Candy Crush, and he had told him he should have sold it at 10 million, because they may come back on some extra shit. But if he doesn't sell it,
here's my thing: they can only crush that shit if we don't.
Bro, you're not understanding.
No, I am.
It don't matter. If you put it out there, it does matter. It doesn't.
It does.
Okay, if I'm Google, right? You're Shadow Master, right? You make a website or social media platform, you put it out there. I tell you I want to buy it. You say no, I crush you.
How?
I buy everything around you. So I buy things that
Yeah, so you can't be able to put your stuff out on nobody's platform.
That's what Facebook did to Instagram. That's what all of these companies do. They will make it to where you cannot survive. And if you try to sue them, they have bigger lawyers and better lawyers. And trust me, even this platform right now, I can tell you, my man spent almost $500,000 on it.
That's
out
okay.
of his pocket.
Okay, that's where we go back into the difference between money and power.
What are you talking, bro?
No, we was talking about money and power earlier.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
and we had
have the money, you have the power.
That.
You have the money, you have the power.
And that was my thing. If you got the money, you can buy the power.
Right. But
the power, in my opinion, the power comes with how you can dictate the people and what it is that they're going to be persuaded to flow with.
Right. If we get 1 million people to go on this website, it ain't going to dictate a goddamn thing if Google says, I want it.
That's not true.
Yeah, 1 million people is, dude. You don't know how the internet works. You don't know how.
I do know this. Every empire that was ever established has fallen.
Right. We're not.
So like Remo, like one of my moderators, every time there was.
We're not talking about empire.
We're not talking about an empire. We're talking about Amazon. We're talking about a motherfucking empire.
Okay.
Yeah. That's empire.
And if you want to put it like that, in a business, though, the United States is a fucking empire. You know what I'm saying?
The United States is a business. It's not even a country.
Anyway,
okay.
We're talking about.
I agree with that. It is a corporation.
It's a corporation that abides by different rules, different shit. The corporations run the government. What are you talking about? Like money. If my business crumbles, I still have my money.
Here's what I'm talking about.
My business can fall apart, but as long as I don't spend all my goddamn money, my money is still there. It's like Kanye. They tried to crumble his ass. His money is still there. He's still there.
What is he doing with his money?
He's doing his own shit. He's doing whatever he wants. But hey, they stopping him. They're stopping him. I'm not in Kanye's head. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, if I have a bank account, but it's not as big as yours, and you crush my shit, I still have my money though. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I can still go do something else. I can still go plan and regroup or do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what's to stop that same thing from happening and to keep happening? And
hey, man, I mean, that's just how that's
where power comes in over money. If you got the power of the people behind you,
okay,
you're gonna always have access to the money.
Okay, that's not necessarily true.
If
but okay,
you got the power.
I understand what you're saying, but I said that's not necessarily true.
Tell me where it's not necessarily true.
Because if the people are divided, what? Talk to me.
But we're not talking about divided people. We're talking about the people. If you can unify the people, that means you got the
You
power.
have to unify them first, bro.
If you unify them, you got the power. Once you get the power,
that's the trick right there. The unification.
What I'm saying? Keywords. You talking semantics now, bro. I'm talking about keyword.
If we're gonna talk about keywords, let's talk about keywords. All the money in the motherfucking world ain't gonna save you once the people go against you.
That's true. Facts. We see that through history.
Let's talk about it.
If people go against me, I just go away. I got enough money to go away.
And you're not gonna still get that motherfucking consistency money flow once you go the fuck away.
Now your money gonna run out.
Let's finish. Exactly. Unless you
can't
find a way to finagle
a
whole other entity without them knowing that it's you. Listen, no, it ain't no fuck out of here. You gotta listen to common sense.
And the common sense tells me I'm not a dumb man. Common sense tells me if I have $100 million, I don't give a fuck. I'm leaving, and that $100 million will last me, bro. It'll last me more than me. That's generational wealth, sir.
Okay, and if you want to be extra technical about it, then yeah, you're gonna have to finance your shit appropriately.
What shit? A house?
Your money. You're gonna have to finance your money appropriately. To
Warren Buffett drives a fucking 1985 Buick. Stop playing.
Shit
I'm just
about
saying he's one of the
nothing to do with
richest
the
men in
price
the
of
world.
the
I'm
insurance.
just saying I can take that $100 million, go buy a fucking a Greystone or something, and just sit my ass down. So what I care.
And you know what?
I didn't ask you
$250,000
what you would do with your
Greystone,
money.
fix it up
Where
in the
did I
inside,
ask you what
drive
you
my
would do
little
with your money?
85 Buick, and then anybody.
And here's
living my
I'm
life.
still talking
And
about
able to buy
community.
anything I want.
Here's the
All
thing.
Go
of this.
anywhere I want.
Still talking
Do
about
whatever I
community.
want. Yeah, the people ran me out, but I'm still living with my $100 million.
No, right in front of
Here's
you.
the thing.
Nothing
You
that I
will still
said
be
had
in the
anything
motherfucking
to do
minority.
with individual shit.
Because how you gonna make
Everything
$100
but the
million?
essence of community.
I know.
Yeah.
You asked me what I would do.
In the confines of the
In
conversation.
the confines of me being crushed, you said I couldn't go anywhere and do shit.
I didn't say you couldn't go nowhere and do shit. I said you couldn't sustain. Did you not hear it?
I did hear it.
Not one time did I say that. Not one time did I say that. Did I say that one time?
I just played it right around.
Not one. You didn't listen to the whole fucking thing, apparently, because not one time did I say about individual shit. Everything I was talking about had everything to do with community.
We,
and
what
how
are
would
we?
you keep the community going, not an individual
Yeah.
self.
You said that in the beginning.
I kept saying it.
Okay, don't point at him. Because
I'm pointing at the screen. I'm not even pointing at him.
okay, so then
At one time, did you hear me say anything about individual shit?
You want me to tell you if you shut the fuck up?
Oh,
So when you were talking about all of that, when you made it about me,
I didn't.
okay. And I said,
You did.
I said, you talking about me? What would I do?
You did. I didn't make it about you. You made it about you.
You're right.
I know.
You're right.
I know.
I don't even know where the fuck this shit came from. But,
I'm right. I
all
know.
I was talking about was fucking some stupid shit that had like.
It wasn't stupid shit.
No,
Let's not do that. It wasn't stupid shit. Let's not do that. Yeah, but don't motherfucking give me no goddamn courtesy clap. Don't give me no fucking courtesy clap.
No. Stop.
That's what you're doing. You stop that bullshit. Stop that Aries shit.
I didn't.
Just stop that Cramelton shit.
I'm good.
Stop.
I'm
Stop.
Good, sir. I'm good. You're not
Stop.
I do what I want.
Well, then don't tell me to stop, because my daddy is Eric, and that nigga been gone for a minute.
Good. Well, I don't know, man. All I said was I was talking about fucking my man's fucking website. I don't know how the fuck that was all some other talk. I wasn't talking about none of that.
It wasn't on other talk.
Because we were talking about people, and he said the people. Like, basically what he was trying to say, we the people.
But that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You wasn't privy to that.
I wasn't privy to that. This shit started from Hulu.
Yeah.
You think you're slick? You ain't slick. You can't out slick talk, nigga.
I said in the motherfucking program, you came in on the ass end of the conversation.
I know that, and I said that. Nigga. I was talking about something. I was responding to you.
Yeah.
And I was trying to lead you back to the conversation. You didn't want to go there. Because rams don't want to be led. They're not sheep. Rams are never going to be led. They are not sheep.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to sustain yourself.
See, that's that Aries shit. That's that Aries shit.
But because basically what he was trying to say, you won't be able to sustain yourself without the people, because it became a money versus power or power versus money issue.
I heard all that. But I heard all that. And what I said was I'll go be quiet somewhere.
Right, you said you're gonna be, but that's when he was like, well, how would you create the generational wealth, and what would you do? And when you said, well, I'm gonna take my money and I'm gonna go woo off the bam and create generational wealth.
But I said I was talking. Okay, bro. I was talking about my generational wealth means my family, right?
Right. Most definitely.
So whatever he's talking about. When you ask me what I'm going to do with generational, I say generational wealth, and I'm talking about then we are talking specifically about me and what would I do. And I also said after that I would teach my kids financial literacy, because I didn't have financial literacy like I do now.
Right.
And even still after that, I even said, well, I don't even really know, because I'll be fucking gone.
Oh, yeah, you
so
said
it fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't trying to have this weird ass debate about anything. I was just talking about a fucking website that my guy had got offered $10 million for, and he was talking about selling it. And all of that stemmed from fucking him having a problem with FUBU. I wasn't even talking about whatever in the fuck that shit was until he said, well, they sold it because they did whatever.
Well, yeah, I heard, that's why I wanted to go back because he said it real quick. And I'm like, what's with the FUBU?
No, that's not what happened with him. That's not what happened with him. That's not what happened with him.
That's my own personal issue with
FUBU. And that's why I asked. And so when you were talking about it, I was just...
Again, once you came in on the ass end of the conversation, now you don't want to hear shit.
No, I'm listening to you. I'm just saying.
Once you came in on the ass end of the conversation, see, still going. Cramilton. I'm listening to Once we started trying to tell you about what we were talking about before you came in on the ass end of the conversation, you stuck to you. You stuck to individuality. And that's not what
was presented to me.
But that's not what we were talking about. And when we tried to, see, can I finish? Before the interrupting cow keep moving? I was trying to let you know that it wasn't an individual conversation. We was talking about all of us. Yeah. All of us. And when you broke it down to you and what you would do, my questioning was, okay, that's cool for an individual type of aspect. But we're talking about all of us.
Right.
Not just me, not just you, not just him. We're talking about all of us. What can we do to make all of us whole again? And you talking about disappearing.
What's that? What the fuck you said, nigga? Get your goofy ass out of here.
No, motherfucker, that's not what I said. Literally. That was the conversation. That's even on the motherfucking logo. Conversation. Motherfucker, you came in on the ass end of the conversation. And when we tried to steer you back to the conversation, you went to an individualistic.
Hey, man, I got to be in the studio when y'all two come back together, man. I got to come be there with y'all. I said, well, y'all get back in the studio again. I got to definitely be there with y'all, man. I don't even want to be here. I got to be in there with y'all. Oh, man. Hey, I'm expecting the invitation to come. I'm expecting the invitation.
You definitely got it, brother. You definitely got it.
You know what I'm saying?
No, we debate.
He's a hell of a snake oil salesman.
No, hey, you know what this reminds me of, my rap? It reminds me of my brother. Remember the other day when my brother was on and he was going through his rant?
Yeah.
That's what we do. We family. If we don't want to fucking debate, it ain't gonna be right.
Yeah, man. I go through that all the time.
Disagree about something.
I go through that all the time. But I still think, rap, I still think it's a miscommunication because when he kept saying we the people, like when you was like, well, Google will stop it. When the community part comes from, but the community part comes from because he kept saying we. He kept saying we can stop that, or we can, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's why why Shadow Master keeps saying So again, even though he said we, but then you said, well, I would just go. So that's how it became an individualistic principle underneath the we thing, you know what I'm saying? That's where it kind of separated. Both y'all right.
But look,
listen,
but
he's
look,
still talking. Give him his soapbox.
What a guy. So as I was getting ready to, I was going to say, as we were having that conversation, as you see, I was getting like fucking interrupted like a motherfucker.
No, you weren't.
But
look at that shit again. Not one time was you interrupted like you interrupted me.
All right. Okay. You went on that one too, I guess. Anyways, like the power of the people does hold weight. It really does. But that's why I said what I said about the power of the people, because when TikTok, when the black creators stopped creating for TikTok, it damn near shut them down.
I didn't know.
Yeah, that was year before last, I believe, because there was a white creator that went on. What the fuck? Not Jimmy Kimmel. What's the other motherfucker's name?
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, he went on. She went on Jimmy Fallon, doing some viral TikTok dance that she didn't create, that a black creator created, and then got all this recognition, while these other creators who did it in a space that was created by blacks,
to do, you know, because they have those houses, like TikTok will put them all up in a house, pay them money, and all they do is create, right?
Yeah, content. Yeah. Influencers.
So like a black company had did that with only black creators, and so they put them in there, and they started making them, not making them, but they were paying them to content create, and they were responsible for like if not damn near every viral dance and everything. And then this white creator does it, and she gets all this damn recognition and says that she created the shit. And that's when they all came together, and they were like, all right, they put a message out, and next thing you know, TikTok went dry for a minute as far as content, because everybody was like, what the fuck? Because they were trying their best to try to create some shit, and the motherfuckers have no rhythm, they have no nothing. So that shit, it was dry, and TikTok panicked. Like the company panicked because revenue goes down, all that shit happens. And I was going to refer to that when all that other shit happened, because I do understand what you were saying. I heard everything you were saying. You know what I'm saying? And then when you started, like when you're talking about the community coming together and being able to stop, and there's power in that. I'm not stupid. I know that there's power in it. My only conversation was really about my guy. I don't own that fucking social media platform that he has. I'm part of it, but I don't own it. So he's going to, his decision is to avoid all of that shit. Is when they come with the bread, sell it, and that's what he would do. You know what I'm saying? And somehow I got thrown in there like, oh, what? Well, okay, well, if it was me, if we're talking about me, and I said that in that conversation, if we're talking about me and the people crush me, I'm just going to take my money that I have in the bank. I'm going to dip. That's how I got into the Kanye shit. They crushed his ass, but he had money in the bank already. And he said, well, Kanye did this. And I don't know what Kanye does with his fucking money. I only know what I would do. And I would go sit my ass down somewhere. I would go with my money and go buy a brownstone and a fucking 85 Buick. And, you know, don't worry, I ain't got to worry about them crushing me no more.
I don't think they crushed Kanye.
But that's where
I was just, all of it was hypothetical.
But that's where the communication took a turn, because I was still fully on the conversation that we was having when you weren't here.
Right, but I wasn't talking about none of that.
No,
my
listen
whole
to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
I got a problem with FUBU.
Listen to what I'm
curious.
saying.
I was curious about the FUBU thing. That's how. I was curious about the FUBU thing.
And I was curious about the FUBU thing, but what we were talking about had everything to do with community shit.
Right.
And when you came in, it was more of a personal thing because you actually know somebody that was dealing with FUBU. But the topic wasn't about personal shit. It was about what we could do.
I know.
To create something in the community of us to keep it sustained and keep it going.
And when you said that, yeah.
Can I finish, nigga? You see how I'm constantly wrap it up. You see that, right? Now he won't pull out the wrap it up motherfucking button. Don't wrap me the fuck up. I'm not Serene Rap.
The Oscar music is playing right now.
Here's how we go again, because I'm a Leo. So here's how we go again. We were not talking about individual shit as far as what you would do just for you. We were talking about the community. And if we did get into individual shit, it was what you would do individually to aid in keeping the community together.
Right. I said
that's why when I said you came in on the ass end of the conversation and not really knew where we were going, but you wanted to keep it on the solo shit.
No, I didn't. I understood exactly what you guys were talking about. My only question
and again.
No, when you said
off my soapbox, you go ahead though.
Right. No, my only fucking question.
What you got to say?
My only question was, what's your problem with FUBU? That was it. That was it. I knew what you guys were talking about. I wasn't part of that.
After I told you my issue with FUBU,
yeah, I said you were wrong because that's not. They didn't sell the company like that. That's not what happened.
Okay.
That's how the conversation led on to that.
And once you told me I was wrong about FUBU, the gist of the whole conversation, not just that one little piece, the gist was still about community.
Okay.
Once you started talking about your personal intertwinements with FUBU, whatever the case may be, it got individual. It got personal.
Yeah.
And it stopped being about community with the conversation. Because I was still on community.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. No, the giggle snorts are gonna come because I already know he ain't gonna agree with it.
No, I agree with you. I agree.
I agree with you. I agree. So even so with the generational wealth, and let's just say, okay, well, you as an individual, you take your 100 million and you do. So I'm pretty sure that app would benefit. So what? Well, I don't know if you can dispel the details of the app or who it would help or who the app would cater to. Let's just say the app was made to cater to our community, and again, like you said, Google had the stopping power and it stopped, and you were crushed. And you as an individual decided to just, okay, well, I'm gonna take my 100 million. I ain't gonna push my app. If they crush me out and move on.
Right
now, with your $100 million as an individual, would you still like? So I'm guessing where we should be going is with that 100 million. How would you still, if you're not pushing that app with that 100 million, not only create generational wealth for yourself, but how would you try to instill that inside of your community?
Oh yeah. Well, like if we're talking, and just so I'm clear, I'm not talking about self or anything like that. I'm going off of what you're saying. How I operate in real life.
You see that little dig?
How I operate in real life.
Right?
How I operate in real life is I'm always for the community. I'm always helping people. I'm always doing stuff. My whole home, my whole family, that's all we've ever done. You know what I'm saying? So it would behoove me. I'm not that type of individual. You know, if we're talking hypothetical
hypothetical.
You know what I'm saying? But I would obviously, well, it may not be obvious, but I would take the money and you know, do something for my community. With that amount of money, there's a lot of things that I could do. There would be a lot of things that I could do to invest in other people, invest in properties, invest in a lot of things to help the community. I would definitely do that.
All right, so we gonna clean that up. So basically, even though we were thinking individual because we said, well, if this happened to me, I'm going to take my money, but that doesn't necessarily mean
hypothetically.
I'm saying hypothetically, hypothetically, but that don't mean hypothetically that you wouldn't take that 100 million and just be for my family or being the person that you are. You would take that 100 million.
I said I would go live quietly somewhere.
Quietly, yes, but that doesn't mean that you wouldn't take that money and invest it in wherever you went. To stay quietly, you would still try to put your money into that community to grow that.
Make sure that this time around I wouldn't get fucking crushed.
Most definitely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I would definitely go live somewhere quietly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
what else am I gonna do?
Yeah. So Shadow Master, he said, you know, even though he spoke as an individual because you know he said what would he do? He still would be communal. It just at first representation. I would get the individualistic thing because I could see how that conversation could have got, or the communication got misconstrued, and he answered, "Well, I'm going to take my money and I'm going to go do this," but that doesn't mean that when he get to where he's going, that he wouldn't help the community that he's in. You know what I'm saying? Hypothetically,
I completely get it. It's just the way it was presented that it seemed like to me somebody was going to go and chill on an island and.
Let's say fuck everybody else.
I can still go chill on an island and still buy property.
Saying that's just how it came across to me. And I have been wrong before.
Just not bringing my cousins.
And again, did you hear me interrupt? Moo, nigga. Moo. Now I'm going to finish my statement. Individually, I'm a community motherfucker. And personally, monetary shit really has never been a big thing to me because if I had it, I always gave it. If somebody asked for it and I didn't have it, I would try to find out a way for that motherfucker to get it. That's just how I'm built and made. So I'm constantly thinking about my surroundings. I'm constantly thinking about the people that is in my not only hip hop community, but community where I live. So I'm always trying to make sure everybody around me is sustained. I want to be sustained as well, but I want the motherfuckers around me to be sustained because If I make sure they're sustained, I'm hoping that they're going to make sure I'm sustained.
Yeah, and they won't come after what you sustain.
Exactly. Because we have a mutual agreement at that particular point in time. I ain't got that much shit. You don't either. But together we got a lot.
Yep.
I'll say this. He's a fucking asshole, but I've seen him in action, and he does help a lot of people and do a lot of shit. He's an asshole, but
I'm a Leo.
And well, you know, people say that about me. People say no, that's fact. People call me, they say that about me, but you know, everybody always say I got a good heart. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
Leo.
Yeah.
That's who the fuck we are.
Oh, that's what the fuck's going on here. Okay.
No,
I know I'm an ass though, because I'm straightforward. I'm to the point. Yeah, I'm to the point. I'm straightforward and I'm to the point. Like, ain't no sense of sugarcoating shit. If you can't take what because listen, so I'm hard on my kids, and my kids don't understand. I'm hard on you, but when you get the fuck away from me and you go out here and you thinking you finna go to school and you finna come out here and get these jobs, or you finna go out here and interact with these people, they gonna kick your ass. They not gonna give a hell about you. They not gonna have no remorse what they say or what they do. You know what I'm saying? You get into these companies, you're gonna learn how people work, then you're gonna learn you can't trust nothing. If you can take what I'm doing, you're gonna be prepared for whatever the fuck you got coming your way.
Exactly. I ran the rake over my motherfucking kids in a good way. But it was also in a way that I could teach them and let them know that there's nothing sweet out here in the world. Once you leave the nest, it's a motherfucking different story. I'll aid and assist in any way that I can, but you're going to have to figure this shit out for you. One, that's going to make you happy. That's to me, that's always first, because whatever the fuck it is that you're doing that you're not happy in, it's not going to be sustainable. So whatever the fuck it is you do, make sure you're happy doing it.
Yeah.
And once you're in it, put something aside to be able to not just save for a rainy day for yourself, because there's motherfuckers around you that you're going to have to motherfucking aid and assist at some point in time, because you're going to need that same aid and assistance at some point in time.
Yep. See now, but for that, you know, sometimes we don't get that in a household. So I just recently started a non-for-profit helping building the youth. And one of the things that I want to offer from the ages of 5 to 21, one of the things that I want to offer, like we spoke on, is financial literacy classes, teaching them how to balance bank books, teaching them about stocks and bonds and IRAs and mutual investments and things of that nature. Because a lot of times it's easier said than done. A lot of us don't know how to do these things. So we can't tell our kids how to do these things. You know what I'm saying? And expect them to come up and do these things when we don't know how to do it, or we have no resources. Well, we do have the resources. We think we don't have the resources to get taught these things. So that's one of the reasons why, you know, I'm trying to, well, I ain't saying trying. I started my non-for-profit so I can, you know, bring financial literacy classes to our people, man. So I watched something, bro, about some 9 to 10-year-old little white boys and girls, students, had Airbnbs at 9 and 10. At 9 and 10, a whole classroom of 9 to 10 white kids had Airbnbs. No one knew it. It was a school project. And they benefiting and they really making money off of this shit. But in our communities, we don't, bro, all we know how to do is spend. We barely know how to count the damn money.
And then they took out all of those classes that assisted and aided in you learning how to do that shit.
Yeah, so
they took workshop out. You can't build shit. You don't know how to motherfucking work on a car.
You want to hear something funny? My son called me one day and he had a flat tire. And
don't tell me he ain't know how to change that tire.
First of all, this is my son who just moved out here. I wasn't privy with raising him. My other son does know how to change tire. And I was like, well, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you talking about? There's a damn instruction manual in the glove box. And I was like, are you by yourself? And he's got 4 other men with him. Bro, when I get there, I was floored of why they couldn't figure out how to jack this goddamn truck up and change a fucking tire. I wasn't so mad at my son because he was like, I really don't know how to do this. I don't understand.
But out of the 4?
But yeah, out of the 4. No, there was 4 more besides him. It was literally 5. So, but as this is all happening, he was still on some show me, please show me that, you know, whatever. And the other dudes were like, shit. And then they, you know what I mean? They all just kind of fell back and shit. And even one of them, I'm like, he was trying to put the hook inside of the the jack itself. And I'm watching him do this shit. And I'm like, oh my God, are you fucking for real? And I'm trying to talk to the kid. And I'm like, man, you got it. Okay. And then finally I was like, just move out of the way. Let me show you. So I get down there and I start showing him. He's like, oh, okay, I see. I was about to do that. Then he did some shit like, huh? Oh, I'll be right back. There wasn't nobody calling that boy. You know what I'm saying? So as I start jacking up the truck, I'm like, wait a minute, where do they even have the jack placed? On the damn floorboard.
Wow.
Yeah. So now I got to take it off.
But then, didn't nobody have no phone to Google.
Come on, man.
Google.
My son called me, but even after that, after we left and we came home, and I was like, I was just completely floored at why these young men, and himself too. And he was just like, well, my mom and blah, blah, blah. And, and it just floored me that there was 4 other men there. We ain't talking like 20-year-olds, you know what I'm saying? These dudes are in their 30s. Like they didn't know how to change a tire. And my son had the wherewithal to call me. But he actually called his brother first because he was embarrassed to call me. He called his brother first, but his brother was on the other side of town. But I went over there. It wasn't that far away. So I went over there and I was literally for it. And I told him, I said, from this point on, you ain't never going to be in that situation again. I don't give a fuck what it is. If I pull out a goddamn tape measure, get your ass over here and learn you some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's sad that it was other people with him that had no idea.
Your eyeballs would have been like mine. Like I damn near wanted to be like, nigga, are you out your what?
No, I got an even better story. So my toilet was leaking today. So I threw the toilet out. We threw the toilet out and we started dumping the pieces into a bucket. So I told my nephew to take it out and dump it, right? So he takes it out to the garbage. He dumps it, but he says, oh man, it still got stuff in it. So I said, well, bang it on the ground, you know what I'm saying, to get the stuff out. So instead of turning the bucket upside down where the open end is to the ground, he's banging it with the wheels. And I repeated, I said, so man, bang it on the ground to get the stuff out. So I'm looking at, and by this time, y'all, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't say all type of shit. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I didn't. So I say, how about you turn the motherfucking bucket around, man, and bang it on the ground? So he turns it, and then once he bangs it and everything comes out, he shows me like it's all. I say, I know it's out, man. Like, you can't be that goddamn stupid, man.
Hey, you didn't see the video that went viral, right? The uncle, and he's got his 2 nephews, right? You know, his nephew and his nephew's best friend. They're on the top of the car, and he's walking up with the camera, and he's like, look at these motherfuckers, right? He said, what are y'all doing? So one's holding the other one's foot. The other one's on the roof of the car with a clothes hanger trying to unlock the goddamn door. Now, mind you, the sunroof is wide open.
So why they just didn't jump inside of the damn car?
The uncle's walking in, he walks up, he says, what? Explain to me what y'all doing. He said he locked the keys in the car. They're on the seat. But he locked the doors. And so he's sitting there and he's like, so what are you trying to do? And he said, I'm trying to unlock the door so I can get the keys. And he's like, well, where are the keys? They on the seat, right? And he's like, yeah. He in the car, he's got his hand in the car, like they're right there. He said, boy, are you out your fucking mind? Are you out your fucking mind?
Did you see the one where
I was watching that shit and I only thought about that goddamn fucking flat tire and I was like, well,
yeah.
There's another one. You got to see this one where their ass was outside and they called themselves changing the fucking oil in the car, and they had vegetable oil.
What the fuck?
They had vegetable
oil.
Man,
don't nobody do that. Come on, man. See,
he came out there and he snapped. He was like, "Fool, this is what you do to cook chicken, fried fish. You can't put this in the car. Who the fuck are teaching y'all?"
Yeah, like where do they get this shit from? Now, some shit. No, I try to believe that nothing can amaze me, but fucking vegetable oil, to go inside of a car.
They said it was low. The oil was low,
but vegetable oil,
it's oil on the bottle.
Yeah, but come on, man.
They missed the vegetable in the corn part.
But damn, just like he missed the damn sunroof was open and just hop in the damn car and grab a key.
Just like the motherfucking jack. It's supposed to turn little screws off.
Yeah, but see, I learned how to change the damn flat tire when I was like 9. I even though I don't like doing
right,
it.
I learned how to change an alternator when I was 12.
See, but you know what though? I credit that to, we always say we want to lead as men and we want to be in our community doing things, bro. We always harp and talk about the women and how bad and what they don't do, but a lot of times, man, we ain't doing what the hell we supposed to be doing either, man. Because it don't make no sense for these young boys to know that. But my nephew, I'm here, man. His father, I just don't. I don't know. This new generation, bro, they just different, bro.
You got it on video.
Oh yeah. I'm looking. He all the way in the damn car though. Why he just don't grab the damn key?
You pulled it up.
So he got a hanger trying to unlock the. Oh my fucking god.
He in there too.
He in there.
The sunroof.
Instead of just hopping in, bro. They serious?
Look. Hold on. Listen to this. Hold on.
They serious.
Makai, bro, why the hell is you on top of Makai car, bro? What you on top of the car for? Y'all locked yourself out the car. Y'all trying to get back in the car, right? So where the keys at? In the car somewhere? What you using to get in the car? Like, what you trying to? What's your point? Like, what are you doing? What are you using? No, I'm saying, let me see what you got. So you got a hanger, and what's your objective with the hanger? You put it on the handle, right, to open the door, so y'all can get in the car. Look at him, he don't know what the hell going on. Look at the car, he just sit there, ain't no help, no nothing. The car. How the hell y'all lock the keys in the car? But you know what? Give me the hanger, bro. Give me the hanger. You know you can get right in that hole, right, bro? Let's get in there. Let me show you something, bro. Y'all work hard, bro. Get in the car. Y'all out there with a damn hanger the whole time, bro. Just get in. Come on. Okay.
Look, you gotta watch it though. He should have whooped his ass with that hanger.
Man. You can clearly see y'all. His whole body is inside of the damn car. Why didn't he just jump in the fucking car or fall in? Like, look at him. Like, bro, he could have just jumped right in there. And if the key's on the seat, why didn't he use the damn hanger to just grab the seat? Why
hanger?
Oh, wow. Look at this shit, y'all. That's crazy. That's unbelievable.
You got to find the one where they was doing the oil shit.
That's unbelievable, man. That's unfucking believable.
We dropped the ball somewhere. We did, man. We dropped the ball somewhere. He steady trying though. He just go all the way in.
Okay. Oh my goodness, man. So you mean did nobody think to do this shit from jump?
That's what we're working with. I believe the children are the future.
Yeah, see, but here you go. Teach them well and let them see, but we ain't teaching them well, man. We got to teach them. If we not teaching them, bro, or we not showing them, and we not being there, as a community forum. Like the other day, man, I watched this video. I talked about it yesterday. I watched this video about young brothers in Chatham, which is like a mile from my crib, Cottage Grove, because we eat. So, so they were saying that, what do you think about the Chatham area? They said it's the cemetery. I said, that's sad, bro. All you young guys are over there dying, not realizing you calling it a cemetery, but y'all motherfuckers are the reason that it's a cemetery. If you step back, I wonder, do they watch when they get interviewed? I wonder, do they listen to the shit that they saying and realize that, damn, well, all this shit going on because I went out here and did this. And if I hadn't did this, that shit wouldn't have happened. Damn, I'm the reason this shit fucked up.
They're not realizing that. They're not. A lot of them, I've come to find out with my interactions, they stop caring about a lot of shit. And mostly what they stop caring about is self. And once you stop giving a fuck about yourself, ain't nothing around you worth living for. There's a big problem with self-identity, self-awareness, self-worth. They just don't know, and everything that they're being fed is to make them believe and think that you're subservient, you're less than, you're not good enough.
Yeah.
That carries a big fucking weight. And once you really start believing that shit, nothing around you matters.
But I just can't.
And when nothing around you matters, that's when your neighborhood and your community goes kaput, because it's not just one individual that's feeling that way. It's a lot of them.
A lot of them, yeah. Yeah, man. It's just sad. It's crazy, bro. Just like over here where we at, Battle Lakeside, man. This shit, even though it didn't calm down over this way. But you know, somebody just got killed over there in your area down there.
They got killed right across the street from my house.
Yeah, in an apartment. Yeah,
in my block.
Yeah, in an apartment. Yeah. Yeah.
And this was at a time that it wasn't late. It was like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning when that shit jumped off. I know because I was in the crib hearing it.
Yeah. My brother used to stay on 69th and Crandon, and my mother stayed right there, 2422 East 69th. So like in between,
right in that big building.
Yeah, right there. That's what she was at. Yeah.
I'm right there. I'm across the street from there.
Yeah. She's there right there. My brother stayed right there too. Yeah. So yeah, man. I've been hearing a lot of this killing and shooting inside of apartments here in the South Shore area in the 60s and shit. And I'm like, what's going on down there, man?
It's a lot of young cats. These are not the older cats. These are a lot of young cats.
Yeah, these are a lot of the young guys. See, but they were influenced by a lot of those older guys. So I do know the area. So over there in that area, you know, it's a couple of intermediate organizations. You know what I'm saying? I like to call it. I don't use the word gang. So you know, you got the you got your folk on hustlers, and then you got your so-called the growth and development guys over there. So in that area, and those guys are young, and you know, they go after the younger guys over there, so they can, you know, perpetuate that bullshit ass cycle. You know, and they we don't do this because of this, that, and the third, and make sure y'all anytime y'all, and that shit's crazy, bro. When they was friends, when they all went to school together, they all
neighbors.
Yeah. Literally,
they all in the same damn community.
Literally,
and that's one of the things that we, as older motherfuckers, we gotta stop being scared of the young motherfuckers.
That too.
Because there's a lot of us that don't want to fuck with them, because I know half of them that I roll with don't want to fuck with them because they don't want to fuck them up.
Yeah,
them little niggas pull a pipe out on your ass and blow your shit.
And that's part of the problem, because the motherfuckers that will fuck with them, the younger generation don't know how to take them, because they're not used to people trying to give a fuck.
That's true.
So that's foreign to them.
That's true. Even grown men.
You gotta put yourself in their shoes. You got to put yourself in their shoes. Ain't nobody been giving a fuck about me all this time. Now this motherfucker come up talking all this good shit. Fuck out of here. Because all I've been experiencing is bullshit.
Well, you know, that's for our generation.
It's a hard mind to change.
But that's our generation too. And I learned that. I learned that when I got into
if we just completely stop putting in the effort to do it, then it's definitely gonna be fucked up.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Even grown men, bro. I used to call and check up on grown men, and you know, when you call a man, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Yada yada yada. You get the what the hell you calling me for? Why you checking in on me? Like, brother, I'm calling to see how you doing, brother. Like you ain't never had no grown man call you and tell you how you doing, brother, or what's going on with you and how you feel today. Like, man, we got to stop being content with this fucking complacent with this damn mental
just have another
disorder. we just
having another adult, an older dude say, I care about you. I love you.
Yeah. Yeah. And
you know how many motherfuckers out there that ain't heard another dude say, I love you, little brother.
Yeah. Or can accept a hug, man. Ain't shit wrong getting a hug, man. Everybody need a hug, bro.
Man, we ain't gotta diddy it up, but I can embrace you.
I don't need no hug.
Well, see, that's you. Guess what? You do. You need a hug.
I'm gonna make this about me. You
need a hug, man.
I'm gonna go live quietly by myself.
With your 150 million.
My 150 million.
He don't want to be touched.
And I'm gonna be hugless.
He don't want to be touched.
Be hugless.
Hey man, let me tell you something bad. Listen, I don't want to be touched. I'm typing N-word that don't want to be touched neither. But guess what? In the midst of me saying that somebody else need a hug, I'm hugging, bro. I got to. You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking shit, but I hug all these motherfuckers. I hug this dude every time I see him. I hug all my peoples everywhere I go.
Yeah,
Man. I'm lying.
Yeah, and you know, man, that shit feel good. That embrace pause.
It does.
It feel good, man. You know.
Have you ever been like in a state of just don't fuck with me, don't touch me, don't look at me, don't say nothing to me?
Yeah.
And somebody come up and actually give you a genuine hug.
Yeah.
That shit breaks. I don't know about everybody else. That shit breaks me the fuck down.
Yeah, it's that energy, man.
But consistently, I always wind up stumbling into somebody that either can see the bullshit that I'm going through and just be like, nigga, you need a hug.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually from an older female. It's usually from an older female.
Do you think that's because men, because we wasn't taught emotional intelligence and emotional control? You think that's about?
Yes, that's all of it.
Yeah,
and also us trying to figure out how to process our emotional shit, because we process our shit completely different than women. We don't, especially a black dude.
Facts.
If you start telling motherfuckers that you feel a certain way or that you're being emotional about something, you're instantly a bitch.
Facts. And you know, we do that subconsciously with our kids.
No, that's wrong.
Why you say that?
Because we're just talking about me right now.
No, we're talking
about me. Go ahead. No, I'm good. I'm fucking with you.
No, because you know we do it with our boys. When you fall and they cry, man, shut the hell up. You get the fuck up and brush yourself off, man. What you doing all that damn crying for? Because it hurt, motherfucker. I'm full and I just hit the ground hard. It hurts. I have to cry.
No, we were raised to keep it moving.
Yeah,
shut the fuck up and keep it moving. That sensitive shit is for women.
Yeah.
That's what we were bred and raised to fuck up on, and not realizing that, hey, we got certain traumas that need to be dealt with. It has nothing to do with male or female. It has everything to do with mentality and emotion.
Yeah.
And that's the stigma that we got to fucking erase, because we're human. Every fucking human being is going to go through some emotional or mental fucking trauma at some point.
I hate that shit, bro. I hate when they say men don't deal with emotions. Men are more emotional than women at times, bro. Like, God,
we just don't show it. Don't show it.
Yeah.
And we don't normally react in the way that most motherfuckers would be like, well, you shouldn't act like that because you're feeling this way. Well, I don't know how to motherfucking adjust my feelings. So the way I act out is the way I fucking act out until I learn about my emotional state and my mental state and how to fucking deal with it.
Yeah, most definitely.
Because you're going to get that X on your fucking back once you let a nigga shed a tear that ain't at a funeral. You're going to be labeled as something that you're not, because you're going through whatever the fuck you're going through.
Yep. I'll judge. Be like, yeah, bitch.
Well, you know, I had to go. Well,
that's reality though, because there's so many motherfuckers be like, nigga, shake that shit off. Rub some dirt on it. Get your thumb out your ass. Deal with it.
Honestly, because when I go to funerals, I try not to cry sometimes. I was trying that shit. I'm gonna be a man. I'm gonna be stern. I ain't finna cry. And sometimes, man, that emotion just overtake you, bro, and you can't help that shit. So why fight it? Let it go. Let it out. That's how it's supposed to come out. It ain't supposed to stay in, you know?
For years, I did not cry at a funeral. After it was over, after the repast, I broke the fuck down and did whatever the fuck I did. And it was always in solitude.
Yeah.
It was never around somebody to be like, it's okay.
Yeah. So that's what we got to start doing. Crowd in the open, y'all. Hey, message from Unwrap and Bearded Conversation. If you a man, ain't shit wrong with crying in front of people, man. There's nothing wrong with that shit, man. You know, hey, because you got to get embraced.
Don't be belly aching and having snot run all down your fucking mouth and shit. At some point in time,
there we go. We going back.
That's that old school shit. Let it out. But nigga, don't just leave the motherfucking drain flowing. Don't leave the faucet going.
Yeah,
Turn that bitch off at some point in time.
Well, yeah, clean yourself up. Yeah, don't let that shit consume you.
Right.
Yeah, don't let it
want
consume
nobody to see you like
this. Yeah, like that. Yeah, don't let it consume you, man. Don't let it consume you.
Man.
Oh man.
Don't wallow in it.
Yeah,
Experience it. Don't rest in it.
Yeah. Hey man. Hey, I enjoyed you, brothers, man. I've been on for like 3 hours. You know, I usually go 2. I usually go 2, but I was enjoying y'all, man, so much, man. Hey man, I want an extra hour. Hey, Unwrap, you gotta have me.
I got your number. I'm gonna have
to
have you
I locked you in too, man. You gotta have me over, man. But so what I like to do on the closeout, man, for both of you brothers, I like to let my panelists, man, give the people some words of inspiration or a bit of advice before I close out. And you know, so we could either one of y'all can go. Y'all got something y'all want to say to the people, man?
You want to kick it off?
Yeah. Breathe. Give yourself some grace and be patient. Everything will be all right. Breathe and give yourself grace and be patient.
Words of Wisdoms by Unwrap the Podcast.
I like that motherfucking sound effect.
Brought to you by Bearded Conversation.
Brought to you by Crisco Oil. Don't put it in your engine, nigga.
Like the video, man. Thumb up the video, man. Like the video, man. Thumb up the video, man.
Like the video, y'all. Yeah. So Shadow Master, man. So before we get up out of here, before I let you get your last words in, Unwrap asked me if I heard about you, and I'm kind of hurt that I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, can I get before you give me some last words, can I get a brief history about who you are and what you do? And also I really enjoy our discourse tonight. But give me a background, fill me in on, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you allowing me to come on your platform and just speak my opinion. So big ups to you. Me, stage name is Shadow Master MC. My real name is Simeon Norfleet. I am the great nephew of a gospel group that were bred and raised in Chicago, the Norfleet Brothers. My musical background starts from there. I've always done music. At some point in time, I wound up hosting the longest running open mic freestyle session in the world at a spot called Subterranean. The name of the group is called 606 Chicago. And I also do like video game voiceovers. I've written songs for certain games. If anybody has ever played Mortal Kombat, you probably heard me say, "Get over here."
Oh, that's you?
I'm Scorpion.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm Boss Blaze.
You bullshit. That's you. Get over here.
Midway video games. It started from Armageddon and it just kept going. So I do a lot of that craziness. I'm just an artist trying to keep my artistry going and flowing and help the people around me that I know need that help. In a nutshell, that's me.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to hang out with you, bro. I didn't know we was this close. Hey, man, you see, man, like this space, bro. You know, like, you know, networking and just gaining, you know, genuine people to conversate with or to be around or just trying to build and do the same thing you're doing. It's kind of hard to find those people. I've been doing this thing for a year, and I've been getting good feedback and good things and good energy from people. But when you look off into other people who are trying to doing the same thing, man, they tearing each other down. They're in these sections going at it, man. I appreciate Unwrap.
I'm gonna help you out, bro. Because I peeped your channel and everything. I've been doing mine for about a year and a half. I learned a lot, and all. It's just like I literally wake up every morning, do research, and do everything about this. I got some tips and pointers for you that'll really help your channel grow and get you where you need to be.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's real talk. All bullshit aside.
Yeah. So I've been, you know, and I've been just seeing a lot of bullshit. So that's why I said, man, I love, because I know we in the area, and it ain't got to be on this type of shit, bro. You know, like I say, I'm a community brother.
I'm already knowing.
Yeah, you know, I'm a community brother. So right now, I want to run for alderman of the 7th Ward, because, you know, it's Greg Mitchell. I want to actually bring a grocery. I want to bring a grocery store over here in the South Shore community. I want to try to bring a grocery store over here.
Senator lives right down the street from me. I got his phone number and everything.
Yeah.
Man. He's
And
like 5 houses down.
You know, the alderman is right there on 71st in Crandon.
I'm talking about the Illinois senator.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm talking about the Illinois senator. He lives fucking 5 houses down from me.
Who's the Illinois senator? You ain't talking about a Mill. You ain't talking about a Mill Jones, is you?
No. That's not over here.
Hold on. I got his number.
I didn't know that motherfucker was that close.
Yeah, he's like literally on like about 5-6 houses down.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Because I used to date a young lady whose best friend was a Illinois senator. Emil Jones, I think that was his name.
Hang on, I'll tell you.
His father was a senator, and then I believe he ran and he became the senator.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, and he was out in the hundreds, man. You'd be surprised. I ain't gonna tell nobody. Hey, man.
Willie Preston.
Okay, okay.
I
know you talking about. Yeah, man.
Man, his wife and the kids and everything. That right?
Did not
right
know
down
that.
the street.
Yeah, so I'm trying to bring
a call him anytime. Whatever. Man, I'll link you up with him.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring a grocery store over here in this area, and also one of my moderators.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but this summer he helped. He put together this thing in the park. I live right across the street from this park, and they brought some guy in there. He's some kind of millionaire or something. He bought an old Dominic's store, and they're turning it all black owned. They're doing hiring. They're going to be self-sufficient with farming and all this other shit. And they plan on, and they want to bring that around all of the food deserts and everything, and bring the stores back to the communities and being black owned. I'd link you up with them.
That's my plan. So one of my moderators, she has lots, and what she do is she grows produce. So I wanted to try to get a grocery store in this area, and I want her to be a vendor of the produce inside of the grocery store. So that was something that I was trying to start over here in the South Shore community. We have a Save-A-Lot that just opened up, but shit, it didn't have nothing before it closed, and when you go in there now, it still ain't got nothing.
I know. Yeah, I used to do security at that Save-A-Lot. There's nothing going on over there.
You know,
and that is a shame. The space is being wasted.
Yeah.
That's the other thing they talked about, all the wasted spaces. And, they have government auctions for a lot of these buildings, but you have to be tied in. And once you're tied in, like they're closed, sealed auctions, and you can literally buy some of these factories and all. But it's just about having a capital once you get them.
That's the thing.
You know, you can literally buy them for like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. They because the city of Chicago, you know, pretty much runs in the entire state, and they have fucked off so much money that this city is in peril right now economically. You know what I'm saying? And if something happens to this city, it affects this whole state. That's why Chicago had tried to become a sovereign state like New York.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
That didn't work out. They fuck everybody else up. But I'll get you linked up with him, bro.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So North Fleet Brothers and you voiceovers, man. I did not know that was you off Mortal Kombat, man. That's dope, man. That's dope. Hey man, I'm gonna call. I gotta tell my people, man. I was on the phone with Scorpion. You know what I'm saying? I was Scorpion was on my podcast. Hey man, that's dope, man. That's dope, man. But yeah, so I got a little background. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying, man. I love to, like I say, just continue to build and network and just do some, you know what I'm saying, and do some shit outside of this with y'all. But but you know, with that being said, man, give us some bit of advice, some community advice, brother, because you know I see you, you know what I'm saying, you same like me. So, you know, tell the people something good.
My advice is just one 4-letter word: love. Love. You got to show it, you got to display it, you got to give it, and you got to be open enough to receive it.
Facts. Y'all heard it here first, man. For Unwrap, man, and Shadow Master C, man. Breathe, have some patience, and show love. Man, you know, y'all know what it is, man.
Have some grace. Show yourself some grace.
Show yourself some grace, man.
Enough motherfuckers out here that'll kick your ass for free. Don't do it to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely, man. So, I like to close the show how I open the show, man. Let's keep everyone in our thoughts, prayers, views, and meditations. So let's keep everyone in our thoughts, prayers, views, and meditations. One last time, let's keep everyone in our thoughts, prayers, and views, and meditations. And also, man, follow my components of life, man. My 5 key components: love, peace, respect, motivation, and inspiration. That's what we hear. That's what we about here on Bearded Conversation, man. So everybody, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Shadow Master, Rap, man. Hey, all superheroes don't wear capes, but they still need their theme music, man. So to all my superheroes, to all my Beardonians, and to all my beautiful people, man, let me give y'all theme music, man. Hey, Unwrap, I want you to check him out, man. I don't know if you looked at go look up Damon Duchan, man.
I think
He
I
worked
looked him up the last time.
yeah, that's my
I was
cousin.
gonna call you and
Yeah,
talk to you and then see about if he wanted to get on my
yeah, he was, he was on my show last Friday. I watched yours too, but I had you came on at 8. Y'all was a little late.
8:30.
Yeah, y'all was a little late.
No. At 8:30, no, we was on time last Friday. No, that show was always on goddamn time.
Oh, because I came in, I'm like, damn, where they at? Well, oh no, the guest wasn't there. He wasn't there.
Yeah.
It was just you and the lady.
Yeah,
Tony Baines. It was just you and the lady. So yeah, I had to jump off and start, man. But yeah, man. So that's
he
what I do.
He showed up.
Yeah, I know. I watched it. I watched the whole thing. After I got off, I started, and then So, man, like I do kind of what you do on Fridays, like I told you last time. So Fridays, what I try to do is have brothers from Chicago and things of that nature, man, come on the show. I display their music, review their music, and interview them, and then we just talk about hip hop and music in general. But yeah, so I've been trying to get young guys to come on, man, and just promote their music and build their brands and stuff of that nature too. So that's what I got. That's what I'll be doing.
I got thousands of them. I'll shoot them your way too.
Yeah, most definitely, man. But Damon_Duchan, not only is he my blood, man, the brother fire. He a hip hop brother, man. He make good
video.
Yeah, all you got, look up Damon Duchan on YouTube, brother. Damon Duchan on YouTube, brother. Fire. When I say I'm listen, fire. So I didn't have 2 guests on. I had a young guy by the name of P Notes. He from this area, from fire.
I know P Notes.
You know P Notes? He don't even rap. That's my young boy, man. Club can't get. Hey, man. # club can't get in. Shout out to Dion and P Notes.
About him around like 75th.
Yeah,
somebody
bro.
was talking about
him.
Yeah,
that's my man. So I had him on the show before 2 Fridays ago, man. Hey, young boy, man. Listen, I know him, but I didn't know he did that type of music. I mean, when I said that type of music, I thought he was shooting up everything. Okay. Yeah, I thought he was shooting up everything, and all. No, that's not what he rap about. That's not his thing. The brother, nice. He's the young man is nice, but Damon Duchan, man, bro, he fire, y'all, fire. Yeah, I'm man. I listen, fire. Even if they wasn't fire, I'll still tell y'all to listen to them. But I'm gonna let you know they fire. Listen, no, because when they come here, I try to be different from other shows. If you ask, I'm gonna let you know you ask. A lot of people say I shouldn't do that. I don't give a fuck. Listen, if you coming on my show, I'm still gonna promote you, and I'm still gonna promote you and do what we need to do to get you out there. But I'm also gonna help you or tell you as a consumer. Even though I might be one person, but from my ears, I'm going to let you know, well, look, bro, you need to work on this or you need to work on that. Because guess what? When you go present yourself and you come with your profile or what, that's what they're going to tell you.
Yeah.
They're going to tell you the same shit. Why can't I tell you?
We got to mentor each other.
Yeah, but not in a bad way. But, I try to be honest. So, yeah, that's what I do on Fridays as well with the music. But make sure y'all check them out, man. And like I said, man, one last time, I appreciate you, brothers. So let me matter of fact, Damon Duchan, I'm finna play my theme song. He the one that made my theme song. Even though it's a theme song, but you can kind of get the gist of them. So let me hit it for the people, man. Let me give y'all this superhero theme music.
That's right.
Yeah, we coming off the block with this one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What up, man? Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hate? You already know we locked in. The world's greatest. Broadcasting, laughing, they love it, but don't judge us. Off the block, giving it back. Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hating? You already know we locked in. The world's greatest. Broadcasting, laughing, they love it, but don't judge us. Damn. Got it off the block, forming a dynasty from a rock, laid back in the cut, press play, can't get enough. Yo, let's chop it up in every location. A bit of conversation, opportunity keep knocking like child support payments. Started from the bottom like basements, now we famous. Podcast official, the topic will probably hit you from a distance like a pistol. Subscribe so you can listen to survival of the fittest. We talking it how we living it. Rolling like a dealership, managing several businesses. T-shirts, podcast, no you don't need a membership. Just follow us on YouTube, Knowledge Supreme Infinite. Chicago got a zipping excited, let's talk about it. Going live, check your notifications so you can holler. Or leave it in the comments, debate it, just being honest. Chicago topics, worldwide views, we supersonic. Big gang is conquer, circle back round like every week. Tell a friend off the block, it's where we meet.
Okay. On all music streaming platforms, and make sure y'all follow Bearded Conversation, Real Men Talk, every Monday through Thursday, 9 to 11, 9 p.m. Central. And make sure y'all check out Bearded Studios every Friday, Real MCs Talk.
Greatest broadcasting live and they love it, but don't judge us. Got it off the block, giving it back. Come on. The hood lovers, get off the block, giving it back. The hood lovers, broadcasting live.
Hey man, we appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Without y'all, it would be no Bearded Conversation, man. I love y'all, man. Those that fuck with us, fuck with us. Those that don't, fuck with us anyway, man. Stay tuned for tomorrow, man. Thumping Thursdays. Y'all know what it is. We in the building. Same black time, same black channel, man. Hey, as we close, man, once we meet, may we always meet on a level. Once we're in each other's presence, may we always be humble and plumb. And once we leave each other's presence, may we always part on the square. With that being said, hotel, peace, shalom, man. Hey, peace and blessings to all my melanated brothers and sisters out there, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Check me out tomorrow. Good night. Love y'all. Hey, and big ups, man. Before I go, man, big shout out, man, to Shadow Master MC, man. Appreciate you for tuning in with the discourse. Peace to Unwrap, man. Much love to Unwrap, brother. You know what I'm saying, man? Whenever you need anything, brother, if I can help, brother, I'm always there, man. I appreciate the support, man. I appreciate the support. Thanks for tuning in, y'all.